fun all day long. I got a good feeling about today, guys. Do something pretty special today. Green, green, green.
Holy cow! We have the big one to end the race! Oh, we got a giant pack back here. Holy cow.
Here we come. Go, 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 go. Got to be kidding me.
Didn't even make it on a lap.
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Wow, that was dumb.
Welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight we've got something a little special, a little different for you. It's the Majors Garage Clash here at USA International with Crown Jewel Racing. I'm Dean Doucette. He is Jason Martin. Jason, hey, we're in here in the Next Gen Cup cars for a little clash action tonight.
Oh, yeah, Dean. It's going to be a good time. Little heat racing. A little competition there to make the big show. Consolation Race, last chance race. And then the main event that you got to race your way in.
Yeah, it's going to be something. We're going to see how all this goes. We got big cars, small track, lots of heat races. It's going to be great. Look in on the track right now. Of course, the keys to the race, track position is going to be key, and that's going to be contingent on your heat races, isn't it, Jason?
Absolutely, Dean. This is just a 3/4 mile track here. Tight turns, short straightaways, lots of cars on the track. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, going to be really tough for these guys out here. And I expect full contact here tonight at this short track. So these cars can take it a little bit. You've been out in the cars. How are they handling it on this track, Jason?
Yeah, I did, Dean. I took the old Wind Tunnel TV test car out there, ran a few laps around the track. Got a feel for it. It kind of gave me a Dover feel. You kind of drop down in them corners and then pop out. And what I really noticed is that car getting loose. Really easy to get loose on the exit corners.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that to be certain. Right now, no points because we're in a brand new season. This is not a points event, but this is where you set the tone, isn't it, Jason? We got all kinds of teams out here. They want to establish their name. We interviewed them on Saturday night, and you got the feeling there's some of these teams are looking championship or bust. Others are looking for race wins. Others looking for part-time stuff. It's highly interesting. And I guess we're going straight to gridding here, Jason. I thought we were going to have qualifying, but I did not see qualifying happening out here.
Yep, qualifying went through, Dean.
Okay. So,
yeah, it looks like we're lining up here for heat number 1. We got 15 laps.
All right, good stuff. So let's get a look at it here. And it looks like you got Dallas Pataska starting out front. By Zach Saunders will be on the outside of row number 1. Garth Griswold, friend of the show here, will be starting in third with Hayden Higginbotham in 4th. Corey Mott will be 5th. Diego Rodriguez will start 6th. It's Nishal Condor in 7th. Logan Geisbrecht in 8th. Jim Mott, Alan Phillips, Jonathan Ledger, Michael Dietz, and Jay Selman will round out this one. So this is going to be interesting here.
Yeah, Dean, 13 car heat race here. They got 15 laps. Top 5 make it into the feature. And this is going to be heat 1 of 3, I believe.
And what I'm seeing already is, you got Honda Racing out here. I see 3 cars. Looks like it's Diego Rodriguez, Condor, and Geisbrecht are all in the same car. I find that interesting. Beautiful paint jobs, by the way, Jason.
Yeah, really good looking car. Little concept car action going on. It's pretty cool.
So Major's Garage sponsoring this thing. Go over and check them out for all your setup needs. I mean, they do a wide array of setups, and I think they offer a free base set as well, which is awesome. I mean, I think I could use some freebies there, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. They believe they offer a free base set for just about every car on the service on a weekly, that is, along with some paid sets, of course, for some better performance. Looks like the pace car is going underway here.
All right, getting ready and getting set to get racing at USA International. Do you like this, Jason? The Clash lately, we traditionally, back in the day, we had them at Charlotte mostly, and maybe a couple others, and then we started doing short tracks. What do you think about the short track action for the Clash?
I think it's great, Dean. I think there's nothing better than getting drivers mad at each other before they go to Daytona to open up the season.
Absolutely. Start some rivalries, get some heated discussions going in the chat. It's sure to happen here tonight. Happy to have everybody joining us here this evening. Shout out your favorite drivers in the chat and whatnot. We'll check in periodically and maybe touch on some of those, I'm sure, colorful comments. Now the scoring, when you run these heat races, scoring can get a little erratic with the systems, so we'll see how all that goes. But right now, Pataska and Saunders, Higginbotham and Griswold up front. They're ready to go racing, and man, oh man, I just can't wait to get this going. Open sets here in these vehicles too, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely, Dean. I'm really excited to get this season started, and can't wait to watch these guys compete as pace car pulls off.
All right, Pataska in that Major's Garage machine leads them down. Green flag flies. Great start on the outside. Zach Saunders drives right around. Holy cow, what a jump by him. Contact behind him, but they sort it out. Everybody stays green.
Yeah, it was a great move to the outside by Zach Saunders, taking the lead quick. Doesn't look like Pataska's going to let him get away very far.
All right, oh, there comes Pataska making the move down to the inside. Saunders trying to hold him off. Tricky down there. Looks like the 17 of Pataska getting a great drive off the corner.
He'll have wreck on the backstretch.
And we got a wreck back here. That looks like Garth Griswold and the 54 of Corey Mott. So a couple of admins out here already starting trouble with each other.
Yep, now take into account here, folks, that these caution laps during these heat races, they don't count. So these guys will be on here? Lap 2. So we'll get the green flag. We'll be coming to lap 3.
We get a replay here. You can see they went 3 wide momentarily there. Oh, and something awfully strange with the 54 there of Corey Mott. Man, that car reacted very violently to something. I don't know if that was an overcorrection maybe from a wobble by him, but straight up into Griswold, and he pushes him into the wall. And here comes 3 wide right at him. That's the 5 of Alan Phillips who gets in the side. So a couple of bystanders caught up in that one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like that he actually, I believe he got loose off the corner, and then when he overcorrected it, the weight fell back on that left rear, and it just hooked him to the outside. I think that's something that we see fairly common with these cars.
Yeah, why is that, Jason? I mean, you think these things sitting that low on the ground, like anything violent, it just kind of gets caught on the ground, or?
Yeah, well, I believe it has to do with the rear diffuser. In order to have good downforce with these cars, you want it as low to the track as possible, and that kind of squats the rear down, lifts the front end up a little bit, and it just caused the car to hook sometimes.
All right. Now, the reason we don't have the scoring up, folks, is because, like I said, these heat races, it goes a little crazy, especially under caution. We'll get it back up to you once it settles down. Right now, Saunders did take the lead there, so the 24 looking strong. So is Pataska, but we re-rack them. Still 13 laps. I mean, you know, these heat races can go a lot longer than you think with no caution laps here, Jason.
Yeah, they sure can, Dean. But you know, these guys get it sorted out, I'm sure.
Now, in each heat, I believe, Jason, and tell me if I'm correct, that the 5 cars will transfer through. So that spot to watch is 5th to 6th, right? I mean, 6th place would have to go to the last chance qualifier.
Yeah, that's it, Dean. 6 on back. Right now, you got Diego Rodriguez there sitting in that 5th spot.
All right, they're getting all set and ready to go back racing. You see all the beautiful campers back there. Here we go. Saunders leading them down from the inside. Great start by Saunders both times. Once on the outside from second, he took the lead. This time from the lead, he just accelerated out of there. The one of Rodriguez got a little stuck in the middle of the corner there. Good clean racing. Look around this transfer spot right now. Phillips in the number 5 is in. Behind him, Logan Geisbrecht is fighting, trying to get up there. So 5-1 of Rodriguez and Phillips doing battle. They're both in right now. Last thing they want to do is make contact and ruin their chances. 5 tight through the corner. Oh, and someone's coming down the track. Couple of guys. Looks like Corey Mott down there. He got a handle on it. We stay green. Up front, Saunders and Pataska. There's Higginbotham all alone in 3rd. That's where I want to be, Jason. Get away from me, I always say.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Higginbotham's in a good position there. He's gapped the 4th place car. He's watching the fight out front here for the lead, and he's in a good spot right now.
Big battle for 5th. That's the transfer spot. So to the outside goes Logan Geisbrecht. What a move! Sends it on the outside. I love that move. You shock the guy by getting to his outside. He doesn't know what to do, changes his line. This time, Logan a little too high. The 5 fights back, so Phillips holding on to that spot.
It's a strong move there to the outside. It just can't quite get the tires to grip, exit in the corner there to make it work.
Well, it seems like the case we always talk about, Jason, 2 distinctly different corners. This corner looks like he's getting a decent run through the middle on the outside. I'm not sure if he can do it in both. This time, deep send by the 48. Rotates right in front of the 5. Holy cow! What a move!
Yeah, that was a good move right there.
Fantastic job, Logan Geisbrecht into the transfer spot, and now the 5 of Alan Phillips is fading. Here comes Garth Griswold. He's looking to do something. He'll move into 6. He's got work to do. We're on 6 to go. Dallas Pataska, your race leader. Saunders in 2nd. Higginbotham in 3rd. He's been run down now by Diego Rodriguez, who seems to be heating up. So even in this short frame, Jason, we're having comers and goers here.
Yeah, Dean, they're still fighting hard for that position. Garth keeps looking down inside there.
So back there, Garth fading up the track a little bit. A little unorthodox line. Seemed to work for him, though, as he looks to close in on the 48 at Geisbrecht. Our leader, Dallas, coming down now, 4 to go, coming down to 3 to go. in the transfer spot. Geisbrecht still there. Behind them, some big battles, but those guys mostly out of it, and there's contact. The 11 drills into the 5. Holy cow. That's Nishal Condor. He just drove it in deep there. My goodness. Garth Griswold trying to do something. 2 to go. Does he have enough time? I don't think he does here. The 48 at Geisbrecht in 5th position, that transfer spot. Pataska has taken the white flag. The fight remains for this all-important 5th place. Here comes Griswold. He sends it deep, nothing doing. Pataska coming out of 4. He'll win this heat. You got Saunders in 2nd. Rodriguez will be 3rd. Higginbottom in 4th. And here comes Geisbrecht. No problem for him. He'll transfer through. Griswold and others will have to go to the LCQ, Jason.
Yeah, he gave it some good effort there, old Griswold, but he wasn't able to capitalize. He ran him down, but couldn't make the pass.
So an interesting heat there. 1 caution. Pataska, the man so far, as they get set, going right at it, right into the next one. I mean, early viewing here, Jason, what are your thoughts here on heat number 1?
It was good, Dean. Like I said, it looks like we had a little bit of looseness off of 2 there. The guys were having some trouble with, but other than that, it was a pretty clean, pretty good race, pretty quick heat race for him.
All right, here we go into heat number 2. Last year's champion driving the Ryko machine, the number 94, Thomas Wolfe. On the outside of row 1, Stephen Menke in the 6 machine. It's Nathaniel Campbell riding the 16, and he's got the my goodness, I forget what South Park guys on there. I love that, having a little fun with it. Stephen Harding Walker will start in 4th. Cody Leach and Pete Morales will be in row number 3. It's Caleb Tipton and John Connor in row number 4. Rodney Roberts and Mason Hoffner will be in row 5. Nim Silva and Tommy Carroll Jr. will be in row 6. And Sam Bennett not taking to the field here. Guys, I mean, we've seen in that first one, even in 15 laps, Jason, if you went out too hard, you got a little punished, didn't you? As we seem to have lost Jason momentarily.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dean. I was just getting a message from race control here. I'm not sure what you asked me, but due to the something happened with iracing here, and it's going to skip a heat on us. So I was just informed that because of that, they're going the 3 heats, and then for the LCQ, they're going to take the top 7 out of the LCQ.
Wow, big news. A couple of those guys we talked about who were on the outside looking in, now on the inside looking out. So I think Garth Griswold was one of them. I'm not sure who got that extra spot in 7th there, but we'll be looking at that. So top 7 now.
Well, they're taking 5 out of these 3 heats and then 7 out of the LCQ.
Okay, that's my mistake. Here we go. Green flag racing. Thomas Wolfe leading them down into 1. The 6 of Menke up there on the outside trying to get something done. Wow. Contact, loose cars, everybody fighting for everything they can get. The 23, all kinds out of shape. He's wiggling and bumping everybody, evasive maneuvers. That's going to spread him out.
You're looking like the 95 just threw it in there hard on the outside, Dean, and just caused some havoc.
Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. The 95 of Pete Morales on the move, looking to move up. The 16 and the 29 fighting. That's Stuart Walker and Nathaniel Campbell. This is all around that transfer spot. Meanwhile, Wolf just set the fastest lap of the heat. So they get it sorted out. Now it's Stewart, Harding, Walker sitting in the transfer spot. Rodney Roberts in sixth, looking to move forward. Behind him, you got Cody Leach and Caleb Tipton in there fighting. Oh, and we're hearing some screeching. Around goes. That looks like Pete Morales. So Pete Morales has lost control. Nim Silva also in the garage. Let's go to the replay of Nim Silva here and see what we can figure out. So there's Nim. I mean, he's all alone at the back here, Jason. He sees a little smoke in front of him. That car just breaks loose on entry there. So that was unfortunate for him. You had Pete Morales. And we'll get to that momentarily.
Yeah, Dean, looks like both of them just got loose in the corner there. And
so here is Pete Morales. Or no, that is not him. There he is, loose, same thing. These cars just breaking loose in the center of the corner. The other one was on entry, Jason. I mean, a little hard to handle here tonight.
yeah, Dean, it was like I said, when I tested the car, I didn't really feel looseness in the center, but I definitely felt it from the center off of the corner.
All right, guys trying to get their bearings. Wolf and Menke up front. Campbell, Walker, fourth and fifth. You got Roberts in the transfer spot. And it's Cody Leach and Caleb Tipton right behind, looking to move up. Tommy Carroll's already picked up 4 spots, so maybe he can do something here in that 56 machine. Morales at the back of the pack now.
Looks like he may be coming in and changing some tires. These drivers all getting one set of tires per session here, per heat.
Yeah, not sure if they're able to or not. If you're at the back and you're able, why not, right?
Yeah, there's no reason not to. I mean, especially, if you're in Pete Morales' position there being in the back. Certainly can't hurt to grab some freshies, go back out there and see what you can do with them. Though it is a very short stint here. Not sure how much you'll be able to do with them, but
I caught the Hooters sign there on the starter stand. You known to frequent Hooters once in a while, Jason?
On occasion, Dean. Yeah. I have to admit, in my younger years, I've been there quite often.
Okay. Did you order any food or just for sights and sounds only?
They serve food there?
Thomas Wolf, last year's champ, already looking strong here. Here we go. Pace car off the track. Green flag down and away. Another good start. This time Menke with a great start on the outside. Not able to get up there, but hold his position. Maybe. Here comes Nathaniel Campbell. And holy cow, on the outside, Stuart Harding. We got another wreck. Hoffler. No, he hangs on to it. He might have wished he wrecked it now because no caution on the track.
Got the fifth place Cody Leach and sixth to Rodney Roberts there, contending for that transfer spot, Dean.
Yeah, they're really going at it here. They know how important it is. The 23, oh no, and the 2 is wrecked. That is Rodney Roberts. Around he goes. Hard lick for him. Pete Morales gets caught up in it somehow from the back as well. So here you go. Just a little overdrive in the center. Oh, and the 23 on exit come down just a little bit. Car shook the rear end a little bit, pointed him down. Into the 2 he goes, and I'm not sure what's going on with Morales back there. It looks like that's a separate incident for him.
Yeah, Dean, it's just the car that turn 2 there. We've seen it, what, 3 or 4 times now in both these heat races. Just a little bit of looseness coming off that corner.
Now we got pit stops coming in. Now we're going to stay with these, Jason, and just see whether these guys are just fixing damage or are they in fact getting tires. Because, I mean, I know it's a short heat race, but tires for tires, everybody loves the feel goods.
Oh, yeah. They're getting tires, Dean. I guarantee it. Yep, right side car going up.
So I see it on the number 2. Yes, Rodney Roberts going up. Morales not getting tires. That's an interesting decision. He might be done. I'm not sure. Could be right sides only for Tommy Carroll. It's a quick pit stop. We'll bring up our pit board here and have a look. I mean a 14.7, that's pretty standard spot. So everybody else fixing damage back in here. Rodney getting as much as he can get done, along with Pete Morales. So Morales, no tires. That was to maybe get a little extra damage fixed. Everybody getting caught up. So Wolf, no problem for him so far up front. All the action been around that transfer spot. That's kind of what you'd expect, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, we would. Those guys up front, you know, those first 3, 4 guys, they're content where they're running. They're just running as fast as they need to.
All right. Stay with me, brother, as we're in heat number 2 here at the Clash. We got the Majors Garage Clash. Go check out Majors Garage for all your setup needs. I mean, they've been doing it quite a while now, and they got a wide variety of setups. I think 70 different cars they're toting on their site, so go check them out. Awesome to have them on board as a sponsor. There is Rodney Roberts coming around. Jason, thoughts?
Well, they're going greens. Green flag's out, and here they come to it.
Wolf down into 1, nice and clean behind them. Lots of battling going on. Walker and Campbell side by side. Behind them, Leach and Tipton go side by side for the transfer spot. Smoke into the air under braking.
Cody Leach still holding on that spot, but Caleb Tipman is coming after him.
So good battle shaping up for second. Here comes the 29 is Stewart Harding Walker. Oh, and we got a wreck back here. A big pile up. Holy cow! This is going to massively affect the transfer spot. There you see at the top of your screen. Wow. So the 23 heavily involved. Cody Leach. Caleb Tipton got a good lick out of that as well.
Yeah, 4 or 5 cars involved in that, Dan. Kind of surprising. Not sure what happened to the 16, but he just, I don't know if he got loose in the center of the corner or it almost looked like he slammed on his brakes, Nathan Campbell. I'm not sure.
All right, Thomas Wolf looking good up front. Menke in second, looking pretty solid as well. But it's all up in the air still on the transfer spot. 7 laps to go here in heat number 2 in the Clash at USA International. boys under caution here. Looks like Cody Leach has taken to pit road. Mason Hoffner and Nim Silva look to be done for this heat. They'll look to the LCQ. All right, we line back up. Thomas, Wolf, Menke, Walker, Campbell, Morales, Tipton, your top 6 right now. Morales finding his way back into this thing after his early trouble.
Yeah, Dean, we're coming to about 6 laps to go here. These guys are fighting it out. It looks like we got Pete Morales sitting in the 5th spot now, and with Stephen Meneke in the 5th place position.
Yeah, the scoring goes a little wacky here.
Yeah, something's weird.
It's just the way it works here is that the guys, as they're pacing around, they'll go down low on the track, so the system will think they've actually crashed or something. It's very strange. Happens at short tracks all the time. Very common in the scoring system. But up front is the 97 here. This is actually Thomas Wolf should be up there, and I think he is. There is Wolf. So Meneke, and now here comes the Morales, slinging it around the outside. What a move by Morales! Holy smokes! He's got a beat-up vehicle. It's not stopping him at all, Jason.
No, it's not, Dean. He's making that move strong and making it look good as Thomas pulls away, though.
Nathaniel Campbell fighting with Tipton here for that transfer spot. Tipton was in it. Now it's, Campbell with a strong move pushes him up to 16 on the inside. Wow, logjam back here for 5th position. 4 laps to go. This is the battle. And the 23 gets into him. Holy cow, Cody Leach gets in there heavy and gets into Tipton, so they'll re-rack him here with 4 to go.
It just looks like he drove it in there a little bit too hard, got loose, and moved up into him and ended up taking the other car out. Yeah. I got to get to pay attention to these names and numbers because I'm drawing a blank when I'm talking about these cars, trying to match a name with a number.
Yeah, definitely get a little bit, and I'm going to put on Discord here as well, Jason, just for a little added info. So Wolf still out here, and he's been quite dominant. I mean, he's been doing great here. And no surprise, Jason, when you've got, your champion of such a tough series like this is what you expect, isn't it?
Yeah, you do. He ended the season strong, coming out here and just taking charge of this heat race for the Clash and continuing on the amazing driving that he's been known for.
Some reason we've got replay on the top. Hold on, I'm not sure. There we go. We get that sorted out for you.
Top 5 running is currently in number 94, Thomas Wolf. 2nd place, the 95 of Pete Morales. 6th, Stephen Meneke, and then in the number 6, as you are. The 4th place, the 29 of Stuart Harding, and then the transfer spot in 5th is number 16 of Nathaniel Campbell.
Yeah, Nathaniel Campbell in that transfer spot. He's got to hold on, and we're seeing already, Jason. I mean, this is no easy task. These guys are throwing it in there. They want that spot. I mean, there's not a whole lot to lose by getting aggressive here in the heat races, is there?
No, there's not, Dean. I mean, if you're not in that fifth spot, you're not in the race, and you're going to the last chance qualifier, and you're going to have a bigger fight on your hands in the last chance qualifier.
See all the fans out there. I'm not sure about, some of them look a little sketchy out there, Jason. I don't know. I think I've seen some kind of backroom deal going on up there in the stands.
Well, you never know. Tracks in Lakeland, Florida. They do things kind of weird in Florida, Dean.
Okay, all right. I haven't been down there, so... Well, I was as a kid, actually, but not in recent times. So Wolf, Menke, Morales, Walker, and Campbell in the transfer spots is Tommy Carroll Jr. in the 56. He's up 6 spots now, and he's in position to battle for this spot. Here we go. Back to green flag race. Another great start by Wolf. Behind him, Morales again slinging the outside. He has mastered that restart on the outside. If he can keep it off the wall, and he does. The 6 and Menke battling back.
Even in these short races, Dean, we've seen these outside moves work pretty well.
Absolutely we have right now. Nathaniel Campbell trying desperately to hang on to that spot. Here comes Tommy Carroll Jr. and he's loose. That hurt him badly. And now he throws it in deep and they're into the wall. Wow! A crazy, crazy wreck back there. I'm not seeing any caution. We're on the final lap. We stay green. Thomas Wolf coming around. He's head down into 3. He will win this heat number 2. Pete Morales will likely be second. Harding, Walker in third. There's Menke, and Nathaniel Campbell will be your transfer spot. Wow. So that carnage kind of stopped the fight. It really helped Nathaniel Campbell. He's got to be happy about it.
Yeah, he does, Dana. He just lucked out there and with all that stuff going on, and some mistakes were made and ended up hurting themselves and let Campbell have an easy ride there to the finish.
All right, heat number 3 getting lined up and ready to go racing. Let's get into it here. Cody Porter, newcomer to the series, sitting on the point. Stephen Carlisle will start on the outside of row number 1. It's Cameron Albertson in third position. Nick Vasquez will start 4th. Tyler Bellinger and Vince Mitchell will start in row 3. Row 4 featured Zach Johnson and Thomas Villano. Austin Runkle and Ben Lawson will be in row number 5. And you got Ray Gill and Joe Wright bringing up the field. Oh, we got ourselves a Krispy Kreme car here. That always makes me hungry.
Getting some word coming in from race control here, Dean.
All right, more race control news. Cody Porter up front. I like the looks of this car he's in here. Got a nice shine on that thing. The Express Elite PC machine. As we await news from race control here.
Yeah, still waiting.
All right, on to this, the final heat here, looking for 5 transfer spots. Cody Porter going to lead him down here to the green flag. He's down and away. Slow start on the high side by Albertson, or that was Carlisle, sorry. Albertson comes right through on the bottom. Fight for fifth. My goodness, Vasquez and Bellinger slinging it. Bellinger down on the bottom. Vasquez up high. The 18 to Vince Mitchell right in there. They get it all sorted, so your top 6, single file. Thomas Villanos, wow, way up the track he goes. Zach Johnson goes through.
Yeah, that high line, though, Dean, hope everybody's watching. It looks like that high line is the place to be, the place to make your move.
Yeah, I think early on the restarts, Jason, it really seems to be effective. Cameron Albertson just set the fastest lap, so he's in second, trying to run down Cody Porter. Carlisle third, Bellinger. Vasquez in the transfer spot. Zach Johnson out of this thing, and, you know, these guys are falling back a little bit. They're going to need a caution to get back in it. There's a move. Looks like Ben Lawson coming down to the bottom. Guy's going way up the track, oversailing the corner. So Ben Lawson moving up. Could it be too little, too late? Perhaps. Zach Johnson is speeding up. He's starting to catch these guys. 11 laps to go. Oh, and he loses it on entry a little bit.
And looking like these guys are all nice and spread out here.
There's our leader, Cody Porter, Cameron Albertson, Steve Carlisle. Everything status quo. An easy cruise for these top 5 so far. One thing they got to be aware of, there's no need to fight each other here. Jason, how many times have we seen it? Racers are going to be racers, and here we go, caution on the track. Looks like Vince Mitchell, something happened with him here.
Yeah, there's turn 2 again, Dean. The turn's gotten everybody tonight. Okay, so for the latest from Race Control here, they're having some more issues with setup. So as far as it goes, from the Consolation moving on to the main feature, we may be dipping out and having to create a new session, Dean, for that final feature race.
All right, well, we'll await that and see what happens. There you've seen the Vince Mitchell there with the, you know, someone in front of him just hit the brakes. He tried to brake, threw his car out of sorts a bit, and around they go. But, I mean, what you brought up there, Jason, I mean, that might explain some of the issues these guys are having.
Yeah, it just seems, for whatever reason, they're struggling there from the center and exit of turn 2. And I don't know whether it's you know, a loose issue, or maybe the front end's gripping too much as the track gets worn in with rubber, or something to that effect. You know, it's just hard to tell without actually being on track. But turn 2 from the center off has caused havoc in these heat races.
Certainly has. Cody Porter, he set the fastest lap before caution there at 21:04. Runkle dips into pit road. So perhaps he'll grab some tires here. We'll stay with him and see if he does, Jason. I mean, what do you think? 4 or 5 laps in here, you think tires can make a difference?
I don't know, Dean. It's been a tough place to run tonight. These heat races are so short. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to give you much of a shot. I mean, that doesn't mean it couldn't happen, but we haven't seen it happen yet tonight.
Getting ready to go back green flag racing. Porter, Albertson, Carlisle, Bellinger, and Vasquez in those spots. Now, exactly what Zach Johnson needed. Him and others are back in this thing. Ben Lawson, Ray Gill, Thomas Villano, Joe Wright, they're all in it. Can they do something here, Jason? We've seen them struggle the back half of this pack.
Well, you know, a caution. It's a reset for them as they get lined up, double file. You know, now's the time. If you got anything you can pull out of the hat, to lay all your cards out on the table, get yourself locked in a top 5 position for this feature.
All right, lots of chat out in YouTube land. We'll have to get back to that another time. Ooh, pace car goes off. Looked like Porter went off too with them almost. But he's okay. He gets a good start. Behind him, Carlisle and Albertson take to fighting each other. Looks like Albertson's going to win that battle. Behind him, Bellinger and Vasquez, 3 men in, and we're back under caution already. Not sure what happened to cause the caution there. My goodness.
I didn't see anything either. I'm not sure.
An awfully quick flag there as they get flag happy. We've seen a lot of that in the football world, haven't we, Jason?
Yeah. Good old Chiefs, you know. We're not really going to talk about that here, are we?
Well, we could. I mean, you know, the Chiefs, well, we'll let it go for now, I guess. We'll save that for a rainy day.
I think the people are getting enough of that in real life.
I mean, if we're going to talk football, Jason, you know what we're talking about. It's the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, they're watching the Super Bowl this weekend, too. I heard.
They are indeed. There's no doubt about it. Look at some of these beautiful paint jobs here. There's Albertson. I love it. Good looking one. Got admin box on the side. Legion Raiders. Can't read all of it. Sorry about that, Cameron. The X-Files. How about that? Tyler Bellinger bringing in the aliens. Is he an alien?
I don't know. We've yet to see. I don't think we've had enough green laps in a row to see.
Yeah, Ducks Unlimited on the Vasquez machine. Zach Johnson. I don't know if that's an anti-Jordan logo there. Very interesting. Ben Johnson in the Roush machine.
No, there's a lot of history about that Jordan paint job, actually.
And what is that?
The NBA wouldn't let him wear his branded stuff. And they fined him every time he wore it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So, and then Tyler Reddick drove that car at the Clash in NASCAR. This past weekend is kind of, everybody figured it to be kind of 2311 snubbing their nose at NASCAR, them with the lawsuit and all that.
Very, very interesting. I like it. The information coming from one Jason Merton here. Up front, Cody Porter. He's got the shifter on the hood there. That's an interesting little thing to put on the hood as well.
Yeah, the funny part of that is when Nike paid his fines when he came into the league wearing his Jordans.
Nice.
Michael Jordan got fined $5,000 a game, and Nike paid it. As they get double foul here, looking for a restart.
You think he made that up on the craps table, or?
No, I don't think it's a problem for him now. I don't think it's a problem for him then.
That's for sure. Porter and Carlisle, Albertson and Bellinger, Vasquez and Johnson ready to go back racing here in heat number 3.
Green.
Green flag drops. Good start up front. Looks like Carlisle a little loose, but he's got the speed to hold on to second. Albertson files into third. He's fighting for second, but he's going to lose that battle, or is he? He stays on the quarter panel. Wow, Rubbin's racing, baby. A little bit of a rub there. Making some room was Albertson. Bellinger back and forth, and Vasquez is in a world of a fight here for that transfer spot. Zach Johnson closing in. Vasquez gets sorted out, so he is in that spot comfortably. Ben Larson and Zach Johnson fighting for 6. Up the track goes Lawson.
Yeah, enter the corner. He's throwing it in there, trying to get there, but Nick Vasquez just able to get off the corner a lot better than Zach right now.
So here we go, coming down to it. 5 to go. behind them. The fight, I mean, these guys got together a little bit. They fall off. So it's Johnson and Vasquez doing battle. We go on board here with Zach Johnson. Can he close in and grab this spot away from the 22?
Looks like he's driving the heck out of it, Dean, trying to get there. Like I was saying, he's able to gain on the edge of the corner, and he's there now. But it doesn't look like he can get off the corner very well.
Yeah, struggling a little bit. I mean, good entry. Maybe too good of an entry. I don't know. Right to the bumper of the Ducks Unlimited machine. Three to go. Cordy Porter, set sail. There's Carlisle, Albertson, Bellinger, all looking safe. Back to the battle. It's Vasquez and Johnson. 2 to go.
He's there, Dean. Maybe he's saving his stuff. 2 to go.
He is there, and I think he's willing to use that bumper. He might have to. Cody Porter coming out of 4, and wow, he blew the corner there. That's shocking. Late in the race, he grabs the white flag. We go back to our battle. Vasquez and Johnson for the transfer spot behind him. Villano throws himself into the picture. 1 corner to go. Cody Porter down into 3. He'll be safe. He'll win this heat number 3. Carlisle, Albertson, Bellinger, and back to the battle. It looks like it's going to be Vasquez holding off Zach Johnson for the transfer spot. Cody Porter grabbing control here and winning heat number 3.
Yeah, Zach Johnson gave it all he had there. Just couldn't get off the corner well. He had the first half of the corner. He was beating Nick Vasquez. He was beating him there on entry, but could never get off the corner hard enough.
And here we go. As the lights come on to the track for the LCQ. Look at that beautiful shot here of USA International. We'll have a nice big field. Of course, our top 5 from each heat have already moved on. So now, this one, Jason, you say 7 drivers from this will go through, correct?
Nope. I got a fresh update here for you, Dean, from Race Control. It looks like the session is going to work. And the top 8 from the last chance qualifier right here is going to move on for the feature.
All right. Top 8 will be in. Let's get into the starting grid here. Yet Garth Griswold will be starting on the point with Cody Leach on the outside of row number 1. It's Zach Johnson and Condor in row 2. Carroll and Mitchell in row 3. Phillips and Tipton row 4. Lawson and Mott in row number 5. Rodney Rogers not gridding yet, so he should be up there along with Ray Gill. You got John Connor, Ledger, Hoffner, Runkle, Deitch, Silva, Villano, and it looks like a few guys still haven't come out. Jim Mott on pit road. Salmon, Roberts, and Bennett not gridding up here. Very interesting.
Yeah, not really sure why that's happening, Dean. If it was just maybe the fact that quick sessions may have caught him off guard.
Yeah, it may have for sure. They may have just thrown in the white towel. I don't know. But Garth Griswold, gotta love being on the point. Huge advantage here to have the restart, Jason.
Oh yeah, these first couple rows cars are sitting pretty, Dean, for this qualifier. You know, there's going to be a bunch of havoc going on behind them.
So 40 lapper here. Going to be a little different here. Guys going to have to manage their machines slightly differently. See the beautiful sunset in the background. Love it.
This last chance qualifier, 40 laps. Pace car is pulling off.
All right, Griswold and Leach, Johnson and Condor. We're green flag racing here in the LCQ. Good start here. Everybody looking clean down into one. Big battle back around 11th position.
Yeah, I did see Jim Mott pull off pit road there once the green flag come out, Dean. Getting on track.
Yellow flag is out.
And we are under caution already. Austin Runkle involved. Having a hard time locating him here. Here we go. There's Runkle. A quick replay here. He's all alone here on the track. Could this be the same old story? A little wobble on entrance, and that Curtis breaks loose on entry, Jason.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm interested to know, how the track changed as the lights came on and the sun went down. Did it add more grip? Did it make it looser? I mean, you can only guess that probably got a little bit more grip, so the car is going to kind of be a little more snappy.
All right, let's go to a short commercial message from Major's Garage.
Hey, you know that guy who just before the green flag keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam, and hey, Adam needs some help. On the other hand, this guy over here, this is Steve. Steve is a solid racer and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But as luck would have it, Steve knows a secret. He lets the Majors Garage crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 60 cars on the iRacing service. So no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Anybody really should tell Adam. See you at the garage.
All right, someone should tell Adam they'll see you at the garage, Jason.
Yeah, Major's Garage. Great place to get all your setups. They have most popular road and oval.
Yeah,
Coaching available.
I'm
Every
gonna be-
discipline.
Sorry, I'm cutting you off, Jason.
It's all good.
I'm gonna be checking him out, though. I truly am. I mean, I'm that guy. I don't have time to be making them anymore. I used to. I enjoyed it to some extent, but I love having a place like Major's Garage out there. They can do the work I can't do.
Yeah, well, the big thing is, too, they give a free baseline for every car. So go out there, grab a baseline, see what it's like. You can try before you buy.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Great little thing there for everybody. And I know a lot of setup builders maybe can't build they don't have a base. Now you do. Here we go. Griswold and Leach back up front. Green flag down and away. A little bit of a bottleneck here down on the inside row.
Griswold out there to a good jump on the start there. Gets out front.
Wow. Great racing here. Zach Johnson down the bottom. The 23 is around. We got trouble. Cody Leach there. Something happened. They were 3 wide, I believe. Can't really do that around here.
Well, he can, but it's going to end up with a caution. It looks like they just got bottled up there, and a lot of cars were coming in that corner, had nowhere to go.
Oh, Leach got in the wall, come down, smashed into the 45. That's where all the bottlenecking happened. They did a great job there of not wrecking each other, Jason.
Yeah, they really did. It was some good talented driving there to make sure. That could have been a heck of a lot worse than it was.
So we'll re-rack them here again. Lap 3 of 40 in the LCQ. So this could be a long one here, folks. I mean, we're not counting caution laps here in the LCQ. So, I mean, these guys, this many cars out here. It's aggressive, big tank-like cars out here on this short track. Jason, I expect more of the same.
Yeah, and it doesn't look, everybody's pretty much in the same spot where they started. Hasn't really been anybody moving, although we've only had 2 green flag laps.
There you see Michael Deitch You got Runkle down on pit road. So those two are the only two down there right now.
I believe Runkle's been down there for a little bit, so he must be having some kind of technical difficulty.
You know, whenever I see these overhead shots, Jason, it makes me want to go to the track even more. I'm not sure why that is, but these blimp cams, man, they really look nice out here. I believe there's a drag strip up there on the top left of your screen as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty track there at night. It sure does look good. This is one of the original iRacing tracks also, so it's been around a long time.
Yeah, absolutely it has. And you see the tire where it marks up on the wall there. Traditionally, you know, we were saying guys way up the track. I mean, USA is a track you can run up there.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Haven't seen anybody even give it a try, but it's something somebody in the back here might be able to take a look at, see if they can make it ring on the outside.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Someone gonna give anything a try, trying to move forward. Griswold and Leach, Condor and Johnson. Vince Mitchell's moved up 1. Tommy Carroll in 6. Phillips, Tipton, Corey Mott, as I stumble through it here. And Ben Lawson in the top 10.
Caleb Tipton holding on to that 8th place transfer spot there.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag down and away. We begin a lap 4 of 40. Griswold gets away quick, battling all throughout the pack. Oh, and so a couple cars hard into the wall. Someone blink, and that's the 54, and he drives straight into the wall. Corey Mott having some kind of internet issues. No caution. Up front, Griswold trying to hang on. Cody Leach stalking him right on his bumper. Wow! Out of nowhere, Zach Johnson rips the high side. What a move.
The 18 of Vince Mitchell taking 3 and 4, 3 wide on the outside.
Yeah, Mitchell was rocking the high side as well. The fight for second continues. Johnson on the outside. Leach on the inside. Behind him, they're stacking up again. The 69 of Caleb Tipton down there on the bottom, he clears. Zach Johnson all of a sudden has faded back to 6. So the high side early worked, now it's not.
Yeah, they're really struggling coming off the corner. Looks like the car is pushing up top there.
Yeah, you can see it there. The 18 way up the track of Mitchell. Not agreeing with him in that entry.
Well, I'd say it worked in 1 and 2, but here on the exit of 4, it didn't look good.
Now, could that be something about the brakes too? I've always had a problem with the brakes here in this machine, Jason. Just how hard you have to press them.
Yeah, it could be, Dean. I'm not really sure how the brakes are going to affect it on the exit of the corner, though.
So Johnson back on the bottom now, starting to work forward. Oh, and behind him, there goes Mitchell to the inside, into the grass. He'll save it. We'll stay green. Up front, Griswold doing a nice job holding on to the lead here. And it looks like we got problems. Oh, a big hit late there. My goodness. Johnson's involved. 56 in it. Tommy Carroll, Ray Gill, and others. Let's get a look at it here. There's Johnson on the bottom. Tommy Carroll up high. Oh, and he gets loose, comes down and gets Johnson, and of course there's some more carnage and a couple of latecomers coming in there also.
Yeah, it looks like just got loose, overcorrected, not able to correct. The car just wouldn't come back to him.
Stephen M asking if we can refresh the paints before the main. We'll give that a shot for you, Stephen. I don't think that should be much of a problem. The only problem is I'm old and my memory is not good, so you might have to remind me again. Lap 10 of 40, and you got to be impressed with these guys up front, Jason. Griswold, Leach, I mean, they've done a nice job up here, and Phillips, who's moved up 4 spots into 3rd.
Yeah, Dean, these top 5 or so, they've been really smooth and doing a good job. Griswold losing the lead, but he's holding on strong still in that P2 position.
I mean, how about some of our big movers? Let's get a look at a couple of these cars. Mason T. Hoffner, pardon me. He is up 13 spots. I mean, we got to wait for our scoring to calm down here because, again, under caution on these short tracks, these things get a little out of whack momentarily. They sort themselves up. But you got Connors up a few. Villano's up like double-digit spots here, having a good run. Silva now up 6 spots. So lots of movers here.
Yeah, there's a couple guys making some pretty good moves here, Dean, and they're making their way through the field, and that'll bode well for them fighting for that 8th place transfer spot.
Yeah, and in that spot right now, John Connor. Trying to save the world, of course, John Connor always is. Looks like Tommy Carroll takes to pit road here in the Dukes machine.
I like me some Duke's mayonnaise, Dean. It's good stuff, Duke's mayonnaise.
Yeah, don't have that up here in the old Canada. You know, maybe we'll get it when you guys take us over. I'm not sure, Jason.
Yeah, maybe.
I got my
Maybe
little
you'll be
American
lucky.
flag just in case. Griswold Leach, Phillips and Condor. Another great start by Griswold. Behind them, they battle for second. Looks like the 5 of Alan Phillips going to win that, so he's had a nice run now, up 5 spots. Here comes Condor in the 11, one of those Honda machines out here.
Yellow flag is out.
And we are under yellow conditions again. Not sure what brought out the flag that time. It seemed like pretty odd here. So we've had a couple of those so far, Jason, where you don't see anything happening. We're not getting anything, any incident report, so it's very interesting.
Well, sometimes the official leans on that button accidentally every once in a while, and it's been known to happen in the past.
Yeah, for sure. Thomas, Villano coming on pit road. I thought he might hit those barrels there, Jason.
Yeah, it was close, almost.
Ray Gill's in, Corey Mott, Jim Mott, of course, father-son combo. Well, I shouldn't say of course. I think they're father-son combo there. Long-time members, original members.
Yeah, that's right, Dean. Father, son, Corey Mott and Jim Mott.
Austin Runkle sitting on pit road. He is several laps down. Tommy Carroll also several laps down. So they're in a world of hurt here right now. You see our leaders are coming by now. These guys have got to get off pit road if they want to stay on the lead lap. Not seeing any movement. And there they go, past the start-finish line. Pit road will be closed, so they will go a lap down.
Well, there's no lucky dog in this, I believe. There isn't one. So I'm not sure what those guys are going to do, if they're just parking it for the night or having some mechanical issues with their car or what the deal is.
Tonight's race brought to you by Major's Garage. Of course, you've seen that commercial. Get over there. Get yourself a free base set. Check out their over 60 setups that they're doing. I mean, let's support them, right? They support the league. Let's go support them. I will be. I'll be getting over there.
Yeah, I didn't learn about. I never knew about him until we started up with this league, Dean. I'm real interested in getting over there and trying a couple of those setups out myself.
That's right. And I mean, that's what advertising all about. You open up the market here. I mean, we got a bunch of people who love watching Wind Tunnel TV, and I tell you, they love building setups. They will be checking them out. Right here in this one, we're in lap 10 of 40 here in the LCQ. We still got a 100-lap feature behind this. Holy cow, folks. Griswold, Leach, Phillips, and Condor, Tipton, and Lawson. Ready to go back racing here at the Clash at USA International. Good tight start up front. Griswold down and away again. Behind them, battles everywhere. Pretty clean through 1 and 2.
Mason Hoffner, one of our big movers there, is holding down that transfer spot in 8th place.
Yeah, very important spot back there. Oh, and look at back here. We got Carnage. The 18 around. That's Vince Mitchell. You got that M&M's machine out there. Let's have a look here. Come down into the corner. And yeah, I'm not sure there whether he come down too much or guy came up, but around he goes. And that'll bring out another caution.
Yeah, it's a tough position to be in. A little more situational awareness would have helped him out there, but that's why we call it racing and not driving in circles.
Well, that's right. And I mean, but you know, this is the LCQ here, Jason. Like, how much patience can you have? How much should you have? I mean, we're talking about a 40 lapper here, and you know, cautions aren't counting laps. So can you afford to be patient if, say, you're back in, I don't know, say 14th position? You got to get to 8th.
Yeah, well, there is time, Dean, but there's not a lot of time. But you definitely have a little bit of time to feel your car out and get up there. But before you know it, 20 to go, you got no time and you got to go.
Nick with comments not for the air here tonight. A couple of guys not impressed, and a few things going on over in the chat. Respect the comments, keep them coming, folks. We try and play nice up here in the booth for the most part. I mean, we might have to bring booze into this conversation soon, Jason.
Maybe. I probably needed some tonight, actually, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, we'll have our little break between the LCQ and the feature. Maybe we'll time to hit the fridge there.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll get time, grab a glass of something.
I mean, whenever I'm broadcasting, you can picture it right now. I got my helmet on with the 2 beers, one on each side, pure straws down to the, the suck-in point.
Oh, yeah.
I come prepared. So that transfer spot being held down. Well, I think Hoffner has moved up into 7th, I believe. Be Ben Lawson probably in the transfer spot right now. So the 3 is sitting there, and everybody wants his spot. It's kind of like those old demo derby races, Whoever's in the transfer spot, people want to take him out.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised those Hondas have survived this far along.
All the Hondas up in there. All right, here we go. Griswold, Leach, Phillips, and Tipton.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag, down and away. Another good restart by Griswold. He don't mind these cautions. It allows him to get out here and get these starts. The 23 of Cody Leach making his move. Wow, all over the bumper of Griswold is a 5 of Alan Phillips. Griswold powered off the corner and got away from him, but that was tight action there. The 5 is really rolling the center. Nim Silva up into the wall. That'll bring out another caution. Oh, here we go. 51 up high. That's Vince Mitchell down low. Mitchell drives right underneath them at 51. Just around he goes. We've seen that more than once tonight.
Sure have, Dean. It's like he lost it up there in the hot line, coming in the entry of the corner.
It just seems like guys are braking too late and too hard, or braking under steering, Jason. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that. How, like, you know, you want to brake harder, earlier under straight, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you're on the brakes, you want your front tires straight, and when you start turning is when you should be off the brakes or lifting off the brakes. So you want all your braking done before you get to the corner.
How about Garth Griswold here? You know, we've talked to him a few times. Seems like a great guy, rocking that Band of Brothers machine. He's done a nice job here holding them off. He had a little bit of heat that time, but he's been doing a nice job, hasn't he?
He sure has. He's doing just what he needs to do, leading this field around, watching his P's and Q's, and hopefully it's good to see him up there. Hopefully he's able to stay up there and finish it off.
How about Band of Brothers there? You ever watch that, Jason? I mean, I know you're a military man yourself. You ever seen this show?
Oh, yeah. I'm retired 24 years. I've watched it a couple times. It's one of my favorite things to watch.
All right, there you go. Little shout out for Band of Brothers. Don't tune in now, though. Stay here with us. Watch this. Myself, I've been watching Landman. I've been enjoying that one.
Yeah, that's a good show.
So there's Ben Lawson back in that transfer spot. You got Zach Johnson in 9th, Joe Wright in 10th, Vince Mitchell in 11th, Ledger back here quietly in 13th, and Deitch is back here 14th, Silva in, well, I don't know, as the scoring goes wild again as they go around the track. But nonetheless, these are the guys that are fighting right now for that transfer spot, Jason.
Yeah, lap 13 here. It's been a pretty good fight going on, but there's a whole lot more racing to go. But these guys need to be green in order to get that racing in. So nobody's passing nobody under caution. We need some green flag laps so guys can make some moves and get things done.
Yeah, lap 13 of 40. We definitely need some green flags here, and they're bumping already. Holy cow, the outside line. Cody Leach was getting bumped by Tipton, I believe. Tipton ready to go early. Griswold trying to hold him off. Here comes Alan Phillips. The one thing I'm noticing is Griswold great off the corner. The 5 of Phillips so good in the center of the corner.
Yeah, he looks like he's just Griswold able to carry a little more speed through the center there and able to stay ahead.
Great
but
battling
they're
up
working
front.
hard on him.
Are they ever? Leach and Phillips slugging it out here for a second. Great run by Phillips on the bottom. Leach holding him off. Great job on entry, and he holds the line. He slides in there. Still not clear, though. Look at the way he's rotating there. Holy cow.
Yeah, he sure does have that car turning well for him.
Back here around the transfer spot, you got John Connor, Ben Lawson, Zach Johnson back up here now. Hoffner quietly in 9th, out right now.
Zach Johnson looking to the inside of the exit of 4 there, unable to make anything with it.
So we get settled in here a little bit. Start racing green here momentarily. Knock on wood.
Well, that's really what these guys need. If anybody's got a shot to make moves, now's your chance. Get a couple green flag laps as we hear crunching in the back there. Somebody hit the wall. Get some laps under them and be able to make some moves. Maybe somebody from back can move their way up. There's still quite a bit of time here, coming to 20 to go.
Yeah, lots of time. Vince Mitchell still out there, now in 11th. Corey Mott's made his way back to 12th now. Up front, Griswold still leading. Leach and Phillips chasing, still rubbing on each other. Oh, and that's the 5 of Alan Phillips, who was loose there. He falls way back into the clutches of the 69 Caleb Tipton.
Yeah, the number 5, Alan Phillips. Wow, that was a great save on the exit of the corner, though. He was plumb sideways, and he saved it. It was good driving there.
Wow, it just shows you how quick these cars can go around on you. Zach Johnson on the outside here with John Connor on the inside. And we're under yellow flag conditions once again. Joe Wright involved. Hoffner involved. There is Hoffner. He's a couple cars ahead here. Oh, and it looks like Vince Mitchell just dove in there, dive bomb, and cleaned him out. Holy cow. So the rabbit, as he's known, is he's acting like something other than a rabbit right now.
Yeah, just drove it in there deep. Couldn't get it wound up in time.
Lots of comments making me laugh over in YouTube. Keep them coming, folks. We'll find one suitable for the air soon enough. $18 laps remaining in the LCQ here. Top 8, right, Jason? Transfer through?
Correct, top 8, Dean. So right now you got the number 3 of Ben Lawson occupying the last transfer spot.
Right now you got Silva, Corey Mott, Deitch, Gill, Wright, all on pit road. Tommy Carroll down here. I think he might be done. He's several laps down. So a lot of these guys in trouble, but Hoffner and Silva still on the lead lap there. They might be in good shape with new tires. It'll be interesting to see how they make out.
Yeah, I want to point out John Connor, Dean. He moved up 8 positions, got himself settled in there in that 6th place position there, getting him into the feature, and he's just quietly been unnoticed, sitting in 6th since he moved up 8 spots. Good run by him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want, right? We often say it. If we're not calling your name on the broadcast, a lot of times that means you're having a good, quiet race, right? You're not causing any incidents, you're not getting involved in them, and you're doing what you said about Connor. You're quietly moving up. Connor up 7 spots. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, started outside the top 10. Started 22nd, I believe. No.
Hard
16th, I believe.
Hard to say with the scoring going nuts under caution all the time in these heats and LCQ. But I love the paint job, too, there on Connor. Something a little unique, a little different. I like it. So Griswold continuing to hold them off here. Leach, Phillips, Tipton, Condor, Connor, Lawson, Johnson, Mitchell, and Ledger, your top 10. Pace car off the track.
Green flag, green flag.
Down and away. Griswold, another good start. This time, Cody Leach. He's going to try and wrap the outside. He's got a head of steam. Leach looking for the lead. What a move by Leach. He powers through. He's got the momentum. Can he complete the pass down here? Griswold trying to hold him off. Good run by Griswold. He does not want to give this up. Wow, Leach though powers off the corner as that outside lane starts to come in. What a race we're having up front. The 69, the Tipton just touched the wall. He'll fade a bit. Oh, and there Leach on the outside loses some grip. Griswold through once again. So Griswold holds off another charge. Tipton and Condor going at it. Now you got Connor coming underneath the Tipton. Close racing here. Looking on our transfer spot, Ben Lawson currently in. Vince Mitchell in. Corey Mott out. Oh, and down the track goes Tipton. That's going to switch things up a bit. Wow, a log jam. Mott gets hit. He has to regroup. He falls off. So that's just on the outside looking in is Corey Mott. Meanwhile, Griswold just set the fastest lap of the race. He said, enough messing around. I'm out. And boy, has he checked out, Jason.
Yeah, he has. Running some smooth laps there, and looks like older tires may be getting the best of the number 5 at Val Phillips.
Down the track goes Vince Mitchell in the 18. He holds on to it, though. And now he doesn't on entry. So that was all started by him kind of missing one corner into the next. He's out of sorts, and now he's got to be careful here. He'll get it turned around. So the 18 has lost control of that machine. Let's get a replay on it. You see there, off the corner, loose. He's got to reset. Doesn't do it quick enough. Car's still upset. Comes in, and round she goes. Oh, and he gets a piece of the 2 machine there. So that's a little pain there for the 2.
Few cars coming down pit road here, Dean. That might be a pretty smart move.
Yeah.
I didn't really test tire wear when I ran some laps, so a couple guys get on fresh tires. It'd be interesting to see if they'll be able to do anything with them.
Yeah, I mean, we had a couple of guys on the last stop. I think Silva was one of them in the 51. Haven't seen what he's been able to do. Currently in 12th position, up 8 spots. But we'll see how it all works out. Right now, it's been all Griswold up front. He's had a couple of challenges, but how impressed are you, Jason, with how he's been able to fight those off?
Yeah, and Cody Leach really gave him a run for his money there on the last restart. There, they were side by side for the first few laps, and he was able to hang on to it, and he extended it out a little bit when they had some slipping up there. So, right as it's gone so far, he's driven a perfect race up front here.
He really has, and we always talk about it in these short tracks in particular. Restarts are actually the friend of the leader. I mean, Girth probably had a good lead there. He might not have wanted to see it this time, but in general, you can get a good restart, and the lead is yours for a couple of laps. So, I mean, from here, he's like, hey, we could do this all night, guys. I'll just sit up here and keep getting great restarts.
Fortunately, this race doesn't mean crap, because it ain't the feature, so.
Well, I mean, the transfer spot does, right? Right, Corey Mott right now sitting in that spot, I believe.
I'm showing 8th place Ben Lawson, number 3 car.
I believe Silma is misscored currently because of these scoring issues we have under caution. So that would put Corey Mott into 8th position. Hoffner would be looking on the outside along with Zach Johnson. But right now, here we go. One more time. 13 laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Down and away again. Griswold with a good start on the inside.
Yeah, there we go. Sorted out. You're right.
So again, Phillips just so good on the bottom, but the drive off is where he gets stuck. You think he's just looks way faster through the middle set part of the corner, and then on the outside, Cody Leach just comes back around him.
And he's just hanging on to that throttle maybe a touch too long in the center of the corner instead of letting it idle through there as the caution comes out.
Looks like Thomas Villano involved here as he gets her straightened out. So there is Villano in the 35 machine. Woo! And that's just a little erratic there under braking. And wow, the 57 comes in and finishes him off.
Mark brakes there.
I got some of those.
We all have a little arc brake in us every once in a while.
Well, it depends. You know, what I'll say is this, is a lot of guys, you might have been wrecked in a race like this 3 or 4 times, not of your doing. And the next time one happens, you might have just had enough, you know? Your brakes, you might just forget about it and full send. So these things happen out here, especially in a clash, non-points event. You know, I'm sure they'll get it sorted out after maybe a day and a half in the chat of fighting each other, which often occurs, Jason.
Yeah, it's all in good fun, though.
It is. I mean, some people live for it, to be honest with you. I think they like the bitching in the chat more than they like the racing.
Yeah, they sure do. We know a league like that, don't we?
I know more than one, Jason, for sure. And I got to tell you, there is a side to it. It's more entertaining. Some leagues that are, you know, excuse me, pardon me type of racing where, you know, you just go green all the time, it can get a little boring.
Yeah, all that politeness. It's terrible for racing sometimes.
It certainly can be. Right now, it's been all Garth Griswold here in the LCQ. I mean, you know, he's got to be thinking to himself, let's get these last 10 done. I don't want to be out here anymore. I know I said he could keep doing this all night, but at some point he's got to be worried that, you know, Leach, Phillips, Condor, one of these guys come up here and turn him or something, and it would be tragedy.
Yeah, 10 laps to go here. We should figure this out and get this feature lineup set.
Someone says, Wolf Racing there. Imagine getting turned by the Jesus car. Okay, that's would be something, I guess.
Making a note of those late pit stop guys. We got fresh tires. Fresh tires. Corey Mott, the number 7. Looks like he's a guy on fresh tires. As you were, the number 54 in 7th.
Yeah, and that is the aforementioned car. He gets us car. Of course, we've seen some of those ads on the old NFL Network. Here we go. Garth Griswold, another decent start. Leach and Phillips resume their battle. Behind them, all kinds of battling going on. 10 to go. Back at the transfer spot, it is Corey Mott. Zach Johnson down on the inside looking for a room. Hard racing, even up there. Tipton put the pressure on the 23 of Cody Leach. He gets out the outside. Oh, we got carnage back here. Kerr's going around. There goes the 3 of Ben Lawson. We stay green somehow. Holy cow. That's Condor, I believe, who was just sideways, but he files into 5th. Johnson now into 6th. Mott 7th. Vince Mitchell, the Rabbit, now into 8th in the transfer spot. Here comes Hoffner on the Apple machine, trying to sling it around the outside as a bumper goes flying by. People are throwing parts at people out here now.
Bumpers.
Oh, and Hoffner gets loose. That's going to put him back here. So it's Mitchell out. Now he's back in as Joe Wright goes up the track. So Wright had the spot momentarily. Now he's lost it. 6 to go. Garth Griswold separating himself. Phillips, Tipton, Leach, Condor, Johnson, all pretty secure. Corey Mott in 7th. Vince Mitchell in 8th, starting to struggle as Joe Wright and Mason Hoffner come in to try and steal this spot away.
Yeah, Vince Mitchell looking kind of vulnerable here. He's pushing up quite a bit through the corner, Dean.
Yeah, that car's beat up. Could be ill handling there again, pushing up the track. Here comes Joe Wright. The 37, right to the bumper now. He darts to the inside, looking for the transfer spot. And we're under yellow flag conditions here. Volano down on the grass. He'll go to the garage. So 4 laps remaining.
Commentator's curse got one, Dane.
Oh, we can do better than that, Jason. We'll get a few yet.
Yeah, John Connor was involved in that mix-up when that caution had come out. Went from quietly being in 6th place, dropped all the way back to 16th.
Wow. The 35 of Volano just got a little bit loose, overcorrected, and snapped into the wall all alone, Jason. Crazy stuff. So it's been all Griswold up here. The band of brothers riding out front. Alan Phillips also been looking good tonight. He's got that Wii machine on there. I like it. Unique paint job. Wii Resort. I can picture Jason playing that all day. No comment from Jason Martin here. Jet puff machine.
Sorry. I didn't cue my mic up there. Sorry. Didn't go off. I'm having technical difficulties, but we're all right.
All right. Not sure what that paint job from Tipton is here. Jet puffed. I don't know.
Marshmallow, Dave. It's American marshmallows. I guess you ain't got them Canada.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know if we did, to be honest with you, but I like it. I love all these paint jobs. They're really looking sharp. Of course, the McDonald's machine. Need some French fries up here immediately. And the beautiful Honda machine, kind of a classic look to it there, that logo.
I don't like the Honda, Dave. I don't like it.
You don't like it? Well, what don't you like about it?
I mean, it's a good paint job. I just don't like the Honda.
That's fair. I mean, you know, to each their own, so to speak. Zach Johnson in 6th right now. Corey Mott 7th. Vince Mitchell with that banged up machine sitting in the transfer spot. It's Joe Wright, Mason Hoffner, Ray Gill, and Jonathan Ledger. A couple of guys we haven't touched on tonight at all. They're in this thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm not sure that Vince Mitchell is going to be able to hold on to this position, Dean, as we're piled up, getting double file and getting ready to take the green flag here for these last 3 laps.
Yeah, it's going to be a handful for him, and we've seen that he's had a tendency to push up in the corner. If he does that, of course people are going to cram it in there underneath. There's only 4 to go. Anything goes at this point.
Yeah, if they've seen that behind him, they're going to be salivating the mouth right here.
Green flag,
Green flag down and away. Again, Griswold, decent start on the outside. Tipton right there. Here comes Alan Phillips again. Tipton rocking the outside. Oh, he got a little stuck in the middle of the corner. That allows Phillips to get up here and try to battle for the lead. Can't get there, though. Cody Leach doing a nice job. Condor's in there. Mitchell still holding on to the transfer spot. Right behind him, right on his bumper now is Hoffner. Can't get there on this carnage. Oh no, that's Phillips. Can't get a lock on him here. Alan Phillips out of sorts here.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe those guys up there and that racing each other so hard.
He did it by himself there, loose in the center, loose off, and all that checking up just got himself wrecked. So that's a unforced error there from Phillips, and he goes from in to out.
Yeah, wow. That's so. I'm sure he's disappointed in that so late in the qualifier here to take yourself out. I mean, I'm sure he's not happy.
I mean, there's 3 to go. I mean, holy cow, Jason. I mean, now he's got to hope they continue to wreck up here, and he lucks his way in. Still lots going on over in the chat. Honda only Cup car with 200,000 K miles on it. Well, you can't have Ks and miles in the same sentence, Wolf. I'm just saying. Well, I guess you can. 200,000 miles, I got you. Like being a Canadian, that would be in kilometers to me. So, I'm considered a weirdo as a Canadian, I guess. Boys re-racking them. 2 to go. Anything goes. This 2 could end up being about 20 the way I see it here, Jason.
Yeah, it's been a rough one, Dean. It's been a rough one. These guys have been battling hard. A lot of self-induced incidents, unfortunately, and track's been pretty tough on them.
Certainly has. Joe Wright on the outside looking in that 37 machine. Can he get it done? Ray Gill sitting there in 10th. Ledger still in 11th. Ben Lawson right there. Lawson, sorry. Michael Deitch and Alan Phillips back in 14th. They got work to do.
Yeah, these guys in the back, unfortunately. Probably not much that's going to be able to happen for them.
Well, I wouldn't count them out. The way these guys are racing, there's liable to be a 3 or 4 car pileup, and one of them might slip on through. Right now, listed as 3 to go. It'll be 2 to go at the line. Griswold, Tipton, Leach, and Condor. Vince Mitchell holding the transfer spot. Oh, and tapping early there as Griswold holds him a little extra. That bottlenecks the inside lane just a little bit. Mitchell up high, trying to hold on to that 8th spot. Right now he's in 7th. Gill has moved up to 8th somehow. Oh, no, and the 3 full send. Ben Lawson comes in, full sends it, trying to get in there into the transfer spot. And now he's contacted by Hoffner. Oh my goodness, final lap. Tipton somehow has taken the lead. What has happened to Griswold? I don't know. So it's Tipton, Leach, Condor, Johnson. Holy smokes, what has happened out here? Caleb Tipton gonna win this thing. Transfer spot gonna be Ray Gill, the last guy. Griswold on the outside looking in. What in tarnation? We've got to go back. So there's Griswold. He's in the lead. Underneath on the 69 of Tipton. They go down into the... And we transferred sessions, so the replay was killed. My apologies, folks. We will never know what happened in that incident, but heartbreak for Garth Griswold. My goodness.
Yeah, what was that, the 69, Dean, that he was racing with?
Yes, it was a 69 up there racing. Yeah.
Well, he was able to get inside to him there. I still have the replay, and Griswold just wasn't clear, and he just came down a little too much, and and he had a car inside. Was not clear.
All right, well, right now, let's go to a few commercials here. When we come back, the main event, the feature, will begin.
Hey, you know that guy who just before the green flag keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam, and hey, Adam needs some help. On the other hand, this guy over here, this is Steve. Steve is a solid racer and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But as luck would have it, Steve knows a secret. He lets the Majors Garage crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 60 cars on the iRacing service. So no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody, anybody, really should tell Adam. See you at the garage.
Are you ready to take your sim racing to the next level? If so, VRS is the answer you've been looking for. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything you need to analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off your lap times. Our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the best drivers in the world, including Josh Rogers, Keegan Leahy, Ray Alfala, and Mitchell de Jong. And the good news is VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So, if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad you did. Get the VRS Direct Force.
Hey, you know that guy who just before the green flag keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam, and hey, Adam needs some help. On the other hand, this guy over here, this is Steve. Steve is a solid racer and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But as luck would have it, Steve knows a secret. He lets the Majors Garage crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 60 cars on the iRacing service. So no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody, anybody, really should tell Adam. See you at the garage.
back here live at USA International, where we've got the Clash, brought to you by Major's Garage. It's been interesting here tonight, very feisty, I would say, Jason, and now we turn our attention to the feature event.
Yeah, Dean, here we go. 100 laps, 3/4 mile racetrack. A dogfight to the end here. No points on the line, just a trophy and some cash. And these guys are ready to go.
Well, I personally love the trophies. I want them. Let's look at tonight's starting grid. It's Dallas Pataska on the point. And then number 17, Thomas Wolfe, last year's champ, will start on the outside of row 1. It's Porter and Saunders in row 2. Morales and Carlisle in row 3. Rodriguez and Harding in row number 4. Row 5 features Albertson and Higginbotham. 11th will be Menke. 12th is Bellinger. Look a little further back. You got Geisbrecht, Campbell, Vasquez, Tipton, Leach, Condor, Johnson, Mott, Mitchell, Wright, and Ray Gill sneaking in there in heat number 3. So a 23-car field here, 100 laps of action, Jason. I mean, what do you expect to see from these guys?
Well, Dean, I just expect the cream to rise to the top here. I mean, you got 2 great drivers starting up front, and you got a lot of hungry guys behind them. And we're going to find out real quick who's got their shit together and who don't.
Absolutely, we will. These guys, you know, these are, like you said, the cream of the crop, so we expect a little more green flag action here. This is to lead off the season. Bragging rights, to set the tone, to say who you are out here, to prove something. Pataska and Wolf are going to slug it out up front with Porter and Saunders. I mean, these are some top-level drivers up here. Bit of quiet coming over the track as everybody's heart rate goes up a little bit. You got to try and calm yourself down. Get ready to settle in for this feature. 1 set of tires. There will be a caution on lap 50, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Pace car off the track. Pataska leads him down.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag down and away. Even start up front, and they're wrecking already. Holy cow! Massive. The 2 front guys wreck. Unbelievable. I mean, right off the start, a little shot from the back, and there's just no quarter given, and around they go. It seemed like a nothing incident, to be honest with you. You see the log jam there. Good job of braking by everybody, staying off of each other. We'll re-rack them and try again.
Yeah, it just looked like when Thomas Wolfe there got on the gas, Dean just gave it a little wiggle, and they were close together, and when they touched, they just stuck to each other. It's unfortunate to happen right out front, coming to the green flag.
Yeah, they were squeezing each other a little bit, and that's kind of to be expected. 2 high-quality drivers, but you know, it's from what we've seen, we prefer to have a little room given at this point. But okay, one's hardship is another one's opportunity. Cody Porter now on the point. Saunders up to 2nd. Morales and Carlisle move into row 2. So already, Cody Porter, you know, here on his first race here with the Crown Jewel Racing and the Major Garages Cup Series, finds himself out front. Harding Walker on pit road. So we re-rack them, Jason, and I mean, maybe we stay single file here. I mean, I don't know. Or they're not getting double file yet. The admins might say, hey, well, maybe boys need a little bit of the training wheels put on you.
Yeah, these guys, I mean, haven't even done a lap here. You just settle down. It's 100 laps. Long way to go. Plenty of time to do what you want, what you need to do, what you got to do to make it work. So hopefully we can, this will be a good smack in the face and get these lined out, put some laps behind them here.
Bunch of guys getting waved around here. Apparently there's some kind of confusion on the order,
Hang on,
the
we're not going
standings,
green.
so they're
We're
going to
not
get that
going
sorted
green.
out.
Yeah, they just extended the caution here to 2 laps to green.
Well, on the bright side, Jason, for us and our time constraints, laps are being counted here in the feature event.
It's definitely plus. Definitely plus. I've had a rough week at work. I got to get up at 2 a.m. and go in again today. So.
My goodness. Rough times for Mr. Martin. We appreciate your efforts in the booth here this evening.
Yeah, I've been sorry and apologize for my zoning outness. It's not intentional.
Yeah, very, very tired man. So it looks like we're going to maybe re-rack him here. I'm seeing the 94 up at the front. I don't think he's scored up there, but he's starting up there. Maybe the scoring will update here. Let's hope it does. So I think they're trying to give at least one of these guys their spot back at the front. That'd be Thomas Wolf.
Yeah, I'm not
Seems like there's
sure.
still some confusion out here as they try to sort this thing out.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to race control here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
I think Wolf needs a wave around, and I think that's about it, really. I mean, maybe Harding Walker, Caleb Tipton, but I don't know what happened to them. Well, looks like we're going to start. We're just going to put Wolf at the front of the field, but he is not the leader. And now we delay it. This will cause problems because the pace car is already off the track. He'll have to come back out. Hopefully that won't cause any problems. The field, I think, will have to ease up and let the pace car come on by. I mean, week one, these things happen. Jason, the key to these situations is get it right, right? I mean, so if we have to delay a lap or two, let's get everything right. Let's get it started right.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they have the clash. It's why they do it. You know, TV gets a chance to get it right. We get a chance to get it right. You know, the race control gets a chance to work on their figuring things out, and drivers get to shake their cars down. I mean, that's why we're here. So we'll get it. They'll get it figured out here. It looks like they got it now. They're waving around those guys, getting back around here.
All right, Porter and Saunders up front. Rodriguez and Morales in row 2. Albertson and Carlisle in row 3. Pataska and Menke in row number 4. Higginbotham and Geisbrecht will be in the top 10. Our two leaders at the start, you got Wolfsbach in 20th. And I'm not sure about the other. Pace car off the track. Here we go. The Clash back to green flag racing. So far, so good as we complete a lap here, perhaps. Log jams all through the back half of the field. Cody Porter just set the best lap of the race. Up front, Porter starting to clear out just a little bit. Saunders in second, Morales third, Rodriguez, Menke being hounded by Cameron Albertson, and he makes a move on the outside. Way up high, someone was up near the wall there. I think that was Morales.
Ooh, we got a wreck in the back, spinner in the back.
Looks like Wolf involved again, so Wolf and Condor perhaps coming together. And that was not good. I'm not sure where on the track this is. It almost looked like a restart. And this is this is very strange. This is the initial wreck, so I'm way out of sorts here. That's my bad, folks. My apologies. Here's a look at the latest wreck. There's Wolf, middle of your screen. Seems all safe in front of him. The 11's around. Wolf just collected, so that was Condor. Got pushed around, perhaps, didn't really see it.
It looks like it happened in front of Wolf. The 11 just got loose. Cody Parker, Zach Saunders, our two front runners here.
So these wrecks are wreaking havoc as I work behind the scenes to get our scoring to update and our live cameras to update. Doing the best we can here, folks. Porter and Saunders up front. Rodriguez and Morales. Menke and Albertson.
What is it, Dean? The fact of the heat races and all those combined sessions kind of screw up your SDK, or?
Yeah, I think whenever you add all these heats and LCQs, the SDK, the overlay that we use and everything just doesn't handle them well. I'm not sure about what the programming error is, whether it's something I can internally fix or not, but we've seen it before, and it's particular to short tracks for some reason. You don't see it often, but in this kind of format you do see it, and we'll probably have to go to our tower over here, which will produce a little bit better action here. I do like using the ticker for clarity so we can see the track, but nonetheless. Here we go. Porter leads him down to the green flag. So great jump by him. Behind him, everybody takes to battle, and right away, side-by-side action throughout the field. The front, Saunders sets sail and starts to chase Porter. Morales way up the track again. He's been doing that all night long. The one of Diego Rodriguez starting to make hay out here, moving into third. Albertson down on the inside of the 81 of Stephen Carlisle. Good battle. battling going on here. Lap 20 of 100. Pataska trying to battle back. He is currently in 8th position in that 17 machine. He's a little bottled up here, nowhere to go. He gets a great run through the center, but he's got nowhere to put the car. Up front, Porter still holding off Saunders. They go 3 wide down into the corner. My goodness! And on the
it's a tough
bottom,
one. They're making it work, though. They're making it work.
Pataska powers through. He says, "You're not going to give me room? I'll make room." And he sets sail immediately. Behind him, Cody Leach. So we've seen him in that heat race, in that last chance qualifier. He looked good. He's coming through there. Falling is Albertson and Carlisle.
Cody Leach up 9 positions from the start, Dean.
Yeah, he's doing a great job here. Him and Pataska moving up into position to do something. Up front, Porter still walking away a little bit from Zach Saunders. Saunders, though, doing a nice job of not letting that distance increase too much. There's Diego Rodriguez sitting in 3rd. He's looking solid. I like the way he's running. Looks like he's managing that machine quite well. And now you see Morales hugging the bottom line. That's good to see. He's been trying that high line. I'm not sure it was working out for him. There's Menke and now Pataska. Right up into the conversation he comes. Let's hop on board with Pataska here, and you can just see what he's doing. Look at that counter steering, Jason.
Oh, yeah. Way loose off the exit of 2 there.
Good cut down to the yellow line. Gets a good drive off. Good battling here.
Caution.
And we got a caution out on the track. Looks like Tipton. And that car looks like it may be done.
Yeah, she's looking smashed up there. All 4 corners. Looks like that car's got hit by.
So here is Harding. This is Harding Walker. Something probably happened in front. No, it is him. And there's Tipton. Not sure how Tipton got so wrecked. Oh, and here, cars are just slow. That's Vince Mitchell. What happened there? They were like stopped on the track there. So we go up to Vince Mitchell. He come out of the corner. Oh, and contact in front of him. Good job of braking, actually, but he so much that the 69 of Tipton just nothing he could really do. Tragedy ensues.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for those guys. Very tight racing there.
So we'll re-rack them here.
Just shows how much you got to be on your game. You got to be on top of that steering wheel at all times, paying attention to what's going on in your surroundings and trying to keep your nose clean.
So we had Morales, I think Condor, Walker, Mitchell, Johnson, all on pit road, getting work done, getting tires here, and around lap 30. Yes, it is lap 30. So very interesting here. These guys going to try and get something done with some rubber here, Jason.
Yeah, halfway to the as you were. 20 laps to the halfway point for the halftime break here. Caution. Getting tires early now. I don't know. They're going to gain some track position on that, but if everybody comes in for tires, then they're going to have 20 lap older tires because they only get one set, Dean. Only got one set of tires.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? You got to assume everybody's coming down on lap 50 under that caution. But you know, these guys that come in now, they're not gonna be able to even, but they will get track position. I like the call. Like, let's do something different out here. Let's try something.
And as we've seen all night, really, thinking about the heat races and the last chance qualifier, it's been
As Jason cuts out there mid-sentence. Yeah, Garth
Yeah,
Griswold out here in the chat, and he wants to watch the broadcast anyways. I don't blame you, Garth. This is always the best part of the race, up here in the booth.
Yeah, sorry. You know, we haven't seen really any big movers, so it'll be interesting to see.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go. Porter leads him down. Great start by him. He clears the outside. Behind him, they take the battling. Already, Pataska is up here into fifth, trying to fight with Rodriguez and Menke. Again, he gets trapped by side-by-side action. Behind him, all kinds of things going on. Bellinger has moved up into 8th. Cody Leach up 10 spots now into 7th. So all kinds of fighting going on out here. And again now, Pataska was going to go 3 wide, but contact in front of him made him check up. I thought they were going to head into the corner one more time 3 wide. And there they are back here 3 wide. My goodness, you can't go 3 wide with these cars, or can you, Jason?
Well, they certainly seem to be proving you wrong, Dean, because they're doing it, making it work.
They're making it work, no doubt. Outside lane was pretty cautious there. I give them credit, trying to stop everybody from wrecking each other. Up front, Porter still doing great. Saunders second, Menke in third now. Pataska has cleared into 4th. Rodriguez back to 5th. Carlisle 6th. Leach in 7th. Bellinger in 8th with Albertson and Campbell now inside the top 10. Oh, and in front of them, they're into the wall. Back into the wall. Holy smokes. That's Bellinger touching the wall a couple of times.
Well, that was a hard hit, too, Dean. You know, he's got to probably picked up a little damage on that right front.
He was, but he's an alien, you know, so you never know, right? Might be all right. Just get the old laser out. So Bellinger pulls her back together. There's our leader, Cody Porter. Looks like something went on with Stuart Harding Walker. He's got a bit of a problem, way off the pace. Saunders doing Saunders' thing, staying with Porter, actually hunting him down. Pataska also now in 3rd, starting to run him down. The fight is on lap 38 of 100. These front runners are setting a torrid pace, Jason.
Yeah, they are. Pataska able to work his way up there to top 3, and the guy on the move here is Cody Leach, who's moved all the way up into that 7th position.
And there is Cody Leach in that 23 machine, working around him, Cameron Albertson, trying to get something done.
The other guy I've been watching here, Dean, is the 66 Ray Gill, who's up 12 spots, currently in 11th. He's made quite a move up through the field. Those are really the biggest movers right there.
There is Ray Gill. Got the Cobra on the back there. Looking solid, working on Bellinger right now. Nathaniel Campbell bringing that South Park machine up. He's now in 9th, starting to fight with Leach. We come closer to the break here. Porter still leading. Saunders and Pataska closing. There's Menke quietly in 4th with Rodriguez right there with him. So they get spread out here a little bit as we get to some green flag action. Leach way up the track. Campbell looking underneath, but he loses it or gets contact. Bellinger through. Gill is through.
Yellow flag is out.
And now they're wrecking. Oh, Nelly.
6 laps away from the halfway point. I wonder if they're going to just call it right here, Dane.
They might. We're looking at Cody Mott here, and he touches the wall. And
Oh,
that
he
brings the
drives right in.
95 of Pete Morales into him, and others avoiding him. All seems okay for most. So we see here now, like you said, limited laps, 5 more laps, 6 more laps here to that 50 lap marker. Will guys pit here, whether it's official or not? I think they probably should. No indication right now of anybody coming on to pit road. There are a few cars down there. You got Harding Walker, Vasquez, Tipton, Johnson, Mott, and Mitchell. Well, there is, that's Thomas Wolfe right there. And there go our leaders by, so they're refusing to pit.
Yeah, not sure. I haven't been able to pick it up in race control, Dean, when they were talking about it. I think they're going to let it go green, let it go a couple laps, and then call it.
All right. Gaisbrecht on pit road. Condor's on pit road. Couple of teammates there getting some tires.
That's another good move here, Dean, because, you know, a lot of other guys are going to be pitting at that halfway point. So
Yeah, I don't understand the call not to pit here and wait 3 or 4 laps. Is that not, you know, you're going to have several cars, maybe 10, 15 cars in front of you potentially. Isn't that going to be a little problematic for them, Jason?
I think so. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure the exact call. I'm just assuming from the chatting that was going on. I didn't hear exactly what the decision was and why. But it certainly appears that that's what they're doing.
Guys out here warming up their tires. Or we got it looks like we're having lane choice here by the looks of it. We're not informed of any lane choice, but that's what it looked like they were doing here, Jason.
Yeah, I think they do the choose rule.
They're very interesting there. We'll have to catch that in the future. All right, green flag down and away. Porter on the outside. Great choice from him to choose that outside. He gets away. Pataska and Saunders are battling. Saunders on the outside trying to hold off the hard-charging 17. Remember, the 17 started on the pole. Didn't even make it to corner 1 before they were wrecked, him and Wolf. Now he slides into second. Behind him, battles around. Albertson on the inside. Morales, Bellinger doing battle. Wright's in there. Up front, though, Pataska stalking Cody Porter. He comes out, got a good drive off, almost tagged the wall. Porter under serious heat now. We go on board. Right behind them was Zach Saunders. Saunders got a bird's eye view here, Jason. I mean, and we got caution on track. That's your 50 lap caution there. We got some good racing to look forward to here. The guys are coming up. Porter, Pataska, Saunders, all looking racy.
I believe, Dean, this field is going to get turned on its head.
Well, I think you're right. Everybody's coming in right now. I don't see anybody staying out. Looks like Corey Mott's going to stay out. Campbell's staying out. Mitchell, perhaps, yes. and then Geisbrecht and Condor, so only like 5 cars staying out. Does that surprise you, Jason?
It does. I thought well, maybe some of those guys earlier didn't take tires. I thought there was a lot more cars on that had already taken tires.
Well, I think they did. I mean, I think they came back in again. It's very surprising to me. Wow. Porter
Yeah,
trying to get underneath the Pataska there off of pit road. Looks like
Yeah.
Rodriguez beat them all out. So Rodriguez the big winner on pit road.
Yeah, we were under the impression they only had one set of tires, but maybe that's not true.
Yeah, it may not be. Right now, Corey Mott, new race leader. How about that? What can he do up here? Nathaniel Campbell sitting in second. Vince Mitchell, he's had an eventful evening. He's in third. Geisbrecht in fourth position. Condor fifth. Rodriguez, his teammate, will be in sixth. Then there's Pataska. There's Porter. So Pataska beats Porter off of pit road. That's huge as well. Albertson and Saunders, your top 10. I mean, look at that car of Corey Mott. Fenders bent and banged and bruised.
That's how the car is supposed to look, Dean. It's racing for trophies, man. Racing for trophies.
Absolutely. Love the trophies. Love to put them on my shelf. Unfortunately, my shelf's empty, Jason.
Well, it's been a while, Dean.
I got a few participation medals. Does that count?
Well, depends how you feel about it.
I got ice cream after. Anyway, here we go. Mott and Campbell, Mitchell and Condor. Mott, good job out on the inside, trying to hold off Campbell. Campbell tries to cross him over, nothing doing there. Mitchell fighting with Rodriguez, and they're wrecking at the back. That's Pataska involved, so he gets roughed up, slides out a bit. The 48 comes back in. Everybody evasive maneuvers. We stay green. Oh, no, we don't. They're coming back around the corner. The 37 gets turned to Joe Wright. Wow. So Joe, an possible innocent bystander there. We're going to look at it. You see there, the 37 has to come underneath these guys who had trouble, and the 14 gets them on exit. Don't know whose fault that is. It's probably a chaos from earlier on before that replay begun.
Yeah, that car's all over the track there, Dean. Looks like they were just trying to get sorted out, and
We got
some
bumpers
unfortunate
flying
events.
down the track over back there. Not sure what's going on, Jason, but once those bumpers start bouncing, man, they never stop, do they?
No, they sure don't. I can't confirm they had 2 sets of tires, Dean. They had 2 sets of tires.
All right, so Menke's in. Vasquez comes in along with Tipton, Wolf, Harding. So these guys all trying to make a play here. I'm assuming they're going to get tires. Could be fixing damage. Let's bring up our pit board here. Take a look. Actually, maybe we'll look at some pit strategy and see how the pitting has gone here. You can see Wolf's been in several times, as Harding as well. Vasquez as well. So that's an indication they're fixing some damage. Condor's made a few stops. Even Mitchell up in second has made 2 stops. So very interesting here to look at. Corey Mott out front, leading this thing. We're getting down to it. So, Jason, do you think these guys, these top 4 cars, really can hold off these guys who pitted during that stage break? Do they have the power to do it?
I think so, Dean. Especially if we keep having these cautions, they're only going to have to do it about 10 laps at a time.
That is a huge key, right? That's why track position is so important. The level of cautions at an event like this, the Clash, it's called the Clash for a reason, I think, because it's Clash. They're always clashing. And, yeah, if you got the lead, you got track position, you might only have to run, heck, 1 lap, 2 lap, 4 laps, you know, to get up there and stay through it. He gets the restart advantage. We'll see what he can do. Mitchell on the outside, Campbell and Condor in row 2.
Green flag, green flag.
Good start by Mott. Campbell down on the inside of Mitchell. Mitchell with a good send through the corner. Great rotation. He comes through and now they're wrecking already. There goes Rodriguez. So Rodriguez looks like he saved it, but a couple others. Zach Saunders involved. So a couple of heavy hitters out here getting roughed up.
Oh, well, that 17 car has been caught up in almost every one of these wrecks here.
So 3 wide, the 24 just bounces off the outside and into the inside. A couple of teammates there. He was trying his best, but like I said before, I mean, these cars they're too wide to be going 3 wide around a short track like this. I mean, you can do it, and they almost did it, but any variation and someone's going around, we just seen it right there. Oh no, we're wrecking coming on pit road. My goodness, Vasquez couldn't make it past the barrels. The 6 of Menke runs into him. They're upside down. What in tarnation is going on?
Things are just getting out of hand now.
That was, I mean, I don't know what to say. I hate to chuckle. I'm sorry, you know, it's my way, my reactions. A very strange event. Under caution. You hit the barrels on pit road entrance, and not only that, how violently these cars reacted is absolutely insane. What's going on over in YouTube land? Oh, Garth with the free beer. How about that, Jason?
I'm all in. Pass me one.
I'm going to need 2, Garth, I'm afraid. Maybe a pitcher. Bring a pitcher up to the booth. Diego on pit road. Zach Johnson in here getting service. Menke, Vasquez, Porter. Porter looks like he's done for the night. Several of these guys. Well, I don't know. Our scoring has gone a little crazy again. But yeah, Porter done. Menke and Vasquez probably done. And Zach Johnson is one guy who's still on the lead lap. He'll come out in 19th position. But Corey Mott, I mean, we talked about it. You just got to do a couple laps. He could do this another 5 or 6 times. He might find himself in victory lane. Now he takes the outside. Mitchell goes to the inside.
Those laps are counting down.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag down and away. Slow start on the inside by Mitchell. Gonna bottleneck him up. Away goes Mott. On the high side, that's the 23 up there. Cody Leach got all kinds of trouble. The 95 up on the outside. Morales trying to wrap it around and get a run. He's liked going up there.
Put no French tires to work up there on the outside there.
Campbell, oh, he comes down off the corner into the 81 of Carlisle. Carnage ensues. And there we go. Now on lap 68. Mott continues to be your race leader. So here it is here, the 81 low. The 16 just too much bite. He turns down into the 81. Pataska survives somehow, wiggling and shaking his way through there. Several others, slight contact, shouldn't be too bad. But the big winner of that one is Dallas Pataska. He's moved up into fourth. Bellinger takes to pit road, so he vacates the top 5 position. Leach on. Harding's on, Morales, Wolf, Johnson, lots of pitters here, Jason.
Yeah, them guys are coming in, probably putting on that last set of tires for them is what I'm going to guess. Watching here and see what's going on.
Absolute insanity here at the Clatch at USA International. Brought to you by Major's Garage, and let's go to a commercial break.
Hey, you know that guy who just before the green flag keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam, and hey, Adam needs some help. On the other hand, this guy over here, this is Steve. Steve is a solid racer and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But as luck would have it, Steve knows a secret. He lets the Majors Garage crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 60 cars on the iRacing service. So no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody, anybody, really should tell Adam. See you at the garage.
Majors Garage sponsoring this series. Go check them out for your setup needs. Get yourself a free base setup as well so you can go and try and work on it yourself and improve it. Corey Mott out here leading this thing. I'm loving it. Car's a little beat up. That's what it should look like after a clash. On the inside, the Rabbit, Vince Mitchell. He's been clinging on to second place here. And he said he's been an up and down night, but look at him. He's sitting here in second, Jason.
He is. He had a rough time in the last chance qualifier, but was able to make his way into the field. And look at him now. He's up there on the front row.
And like I said, the big winner of that wreck, Pataska and Condor, there in second and third now. They're going to be up here contending for this race win.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag drops again. Mitchell slow on the inside. Bottlenecks that inside lane. It allows Condor to slip around, but no. Mitchell back on the inside. Fires through the corner. He wants that second back and he'll hold on. Here comes Pataska. Pataska underneath. Now he's got the position, looking to get past Condor. So Condor's got to get down to the bottom, and we got wrecking once again. Lots of cars. Joe right there, he's looking pretty beat up. Looks like Campbell's involved, Leach involved.
Quite a few cars spinning back there.
So here's Leach coming into the corner. Little wiggle. Oh, and he gets hit by the 14. He gets hit by the 81. And the carnage ensues.
As the last countdown here, these guys are going to get more antsy and more antsy as we get closer to the end here, Dean.
They are. Several guys on pit road, Harding. Well, let's bring up our pit board so I don't have to read them all off.
Like a few guys got tires still getting them slapped on. I haven't really seen tires or anything make a big difference, to be honest, Dean.
And they normally don't in these short tracks, but I'm used to seeing on the short tracks, you know, the super late models or something to that effect, and the tires really not of any importance. Generally speaking, of course they have some importance, but track position's king. I think Corey Mott's been proving that with Mitchell as well. These guys continue to ride up front, and I mean, we've seen there are other guys who potentially in the first part of the race showed that, you know, they were faster or possibly faster, but track position's king, Jason.
Yeah, it is, and you know it's surprising that that they don't, but that's kind of how the trend goes. And with all these cautions, especially those guys up front, they're saving their tires and not having to work as hard as those guys in back too. So.
"25 laps remaining. Martin, Mitchell, Pataska, Condor, Geisbrecht, and Gill. Someone you brought up, Gill, been very quiet this evening. That's a good thing. Not involved in much anything. And you look at his car, I'm not seeing any marks on that car, Jason.
Nope, looks clean. Looks very clean. Looks like there's some room for some more sponsorship if anybody's out there and wants to slap a sticker on there.
I think I'd like to put a sticker on there. I'd know at least it'd make it through the race. Gill doing a nice job. Geisbrecht, Saunders, Carlisle, Tipton, Albertson in the top 10. Pace car darts off the track. Mott again from the high side. Again, good start. This time a little better down on the inside from Mitchell. And Mitchell having connection issues. That's never good. He's blinking in and out. On the high side, Pataska looking to take second away from Mitchell. Mitchell sends it in deep, pushes him up the track, and cuts down. That's a good move for Mitchell. A little aggressive, but he's trying to hold off the hard-charging Dallas Pataska.
Yeah, that was a great move. Good to see. Good hard racing there. Staying off each other. You guys are doing a good job up front here.
Again, oh, this time a full send. He rides Pataska right up to the wall. Condor slides through on the bottom, and Mitchell gets gobbled up from behind. Now 3 wide, and now he's up into that aforementioned car of Gill that has no marks on it. The 29 in trouble. He is stopping on the track for some reason. Caution will come out. Stuart Harding. Oh, look at that. Right tire is locked. There's nothing you can do with that thing.
Wow, such a strange wreck. I wonder if that happened is what caused it.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like his tire locked up. Watch the 29 in front of him, 3 wide. Gill backed. Oh, and the tire just... Well, I think he locked him up once he went around to try and void everybody, but then the right tire stays locked, and he is probably done. I'm surprised he can even turn that machine. Very, very strange. The back rear right tire gone, done. Can't get a good view on it. Nonetheless, we re-rack him again. 19 to go.
Oh, that's a broke toe link, Dean. He broke a toe link. The tire's shoved up in the fender well.
All right, there we go. Information coming from Mr. Jason Martin there. And now you got Pataska in third, Saunders in fourth. Watch out for those two. But Mott has been out here holding them all off, with Condor now slipping into second. These guys up 19 and 16 spots respectively with 18 to go. Can they hold on? Can they get this Clash trophy and put it on the mantle? Adam Tipton out there. Inconceivable. He's throwing at me. I like it. We'll work it in. Carlisle. You know, there's another guy who's been pretty quiet tonight. He's been like not quiet racing wise, been near the front all night long, Jason. Quiet as far as wreckings, at least of his doing, I think. Hard to keep track of them all.
Yeah, he has. He's had a real solid run here in this feature.
I mean,
I don't ever remember calling his name all night, so he's in the feature and he's quietly in the top 5.
well, I remember him getting hit one time, and you know, or maybe that bump on the front indicates he's hit someone, but I think that was a wreck in front of him. Him and Gil been very impressed with how they're racing clean, trying to get up here, and it's paying off for them. Pace car off the track. Now Mott on the outside, Pataska down low, Mott again. Good start there. Leaves Pataska behind, but Pataska files out to the high side, back to the low. So he's in good shape. Saunders coming through, Condor falling to 4th. Carlisle in 5th, Gill up there. Up front, Pataska putting all kinds of heat on Corey Mott. Can he hold him off? Down to the inside, Mott should have closed that door. He didn't, but he got a great run. No, he's going to drive it into the wall. Oh, and he's lost control. Pataska through, Saunders through. Mott gathers it up. Great job of holding that thing together. Behind these guys, all kinds of side-by-side action. Now Pataska's setting sail, 14 to go. Saunders second, Mott, Condor, Carlisle. Carlisle working on Condor. Great corner there. Carlisle rocking the bottom. Hard to get the drive off the corner. He's trying to get this pass done. He will, so he clears him, put Carlisle into 4th. Gill comes in out of nowhere. A little shot to the bumper of Condor. Condor loose off the corner. There goes Gill, down to the bottom. Door closed. No, he's going to open it anyway.
The yellow flag is out.
So the 11 closed that door a little late there, I think, Jason.
Yeah, that looked like it was a little bit of a late move, Dean, and Gill was a little bit in there already. It's good hard racing, just
I mean, it's touch and go here, folks.
Yeah.
You can call it how you see it. Unfortunate for Condor, though, and he gets a little shot at the, well, and then another one from his teammate.
yeah, a bit of a ping pong ball right there in that moment.
So the 17, your pole sitter, back up front. Dallas Pataska. Zach Saunders now into 2nd. He's up 2 spots. Corey Mott up 17. Carlisle's up 2. Gill's up 18. Geisbrick up 7. Bellinger up 5. Joe Wright has picked up 14 spots. How about Joe Wright in this Krispy Kreme machine?
I could use a donut right now.
I could use a dozen donuts right now. What's your
I mean,
favorite, Jason?
I don't need a donut, but I could use one. I like the glazed cruller.
Okay, all right. Pretty basic with the glazed coal. I can't deny. I'm right there with you. I used to, when I was a kid, I liked those twisted, sugary ones. I forget what they're called.
A maple bar is what we call them here in Texas. No chocolate, though. Got to ask it for a maple bar with no chocolate.
All right. Keep that in mind for my next donut shopping experience.
Yeah. Impressive that Dallas Pataska has been able to work his way back up to the front here. It looks like all 4 corners of that car has got some damage to it.
It's been no easy task. You know, he's had to come through here banging his way through a little bit. And I'm not slighting him on that one, but there's been 3 wide action. There's been wrecks around him. You've seen that big one. I forget who was involved, but he slid right through there. And that's kind of the key to a race like this is you got to be hyper aware of your surroundings, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. He's just right now. I think he's the benefiting from some just luck of surviving.
It reminds me of the old Batman movie there. You know, a bunch of guys have fallen through the ice here tonight.
Huh?
Never mind. Obscure reference from the booth as usual. How about Bellinger sitting here in 6th position? Nice night for him. All right, here we go. Back to green flag. 8 laps to go. 7 at the line. Pataska, good start. Mott and Saunders take to fighting each other. Saunders wraps the high side. Wow, right to the outside of Pataska even. He stalls out late part of the corner. He almost got him there. Back, fighting back, Corey Mott down on the inside. Mott not to be denied. He is fighting so hard here tonight. Wow. Good battle here for a second. Mott sends it in deep. Makes it semi-stick. Drips up a little bit. Saunders had to adjust his line slightly. They head down into one. Again.
Mott struggled in his heat a little bit, but now that he's got up front here, he's been doing really well.
He has, and he is pushing that thing up through the center and riding Sanders up a little higher than he wants to be. Mott now clear behind him. Wow, craziness. That's Gaisbrick. He is down hard into the inside wall. We'll re-rack him here. I think we're going to go back to green flag one more time. Not sure. Jason, I don't know if you know if we got green-white checkers on their belt here.
I believe when I looked at the session setup, there is green-white checkers set into it. I'm not sure how many.
Well, we'll know soon enough. Been impressed with what Mott's been able to do on, I think, some older tires here. Let's check our pit board here to see last time Mott was in on lap 44. So, you know, potentially a 7-lap difference in tires to Pataska and Saunders. Not that big a difference, but it's significant, isn't it?
Yeah, fresher tires are fresher tires, Dean. So how much of a difference it'll make, it's anyone's guess, but maybe he'll be a little more confident behind the wheel because of it.
So you're here with Crown Jewel Racing tonight, opening night at the Clash, brought to you by Major's Garage. Looks like Logan, or that was not Logan, that was Condor? I'm not sure who was getting that wave around we just seen. And that's Diego Rodriguez there getting a lucky dog, so he'll come back to 13th and be back on the lead lap.
Looks like it is going to come down to a green-white checker, Dean, and on my screen, I think we're just going to have one of them.
All right, so next flag wins it. You know, any flag. I suppose a white you have to keep going, but it'll be official nonetheless.
You know, the Major's Garage, Dean, they've been around since 2020. I believe they're one of the first setup shops to ever even jump into the market here in iRacing.
Yeah, it's impressive. Yeah, and I hope we can help them get the word out because, you know, they have the experience, they have the time, and I like what they're offering. I love that freebase setup, and that would encourage me to buy a few sets and try them out and see what they're like. I got a feeling they'd be pretty darn good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it, too.
Here we go. Dallas Pataska, Corey Mott, Saunders and Gill, Carlisle and Tipton, looking to slug it out here in a green-white checker.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag down and away. Pataska, good start. Mott and Saunders gonna fight for it. Saunders trying to hold him off on the inside. Good corner by the 24. Mott a little late out of the corner. He'll slide into third. Carlisle there. Wow, Mott all over the back of the 24. Saunders trying to push him on through. He will get underneath them. White flag is out. They're wrecking at the back. We stay with our leaders. Wow, Mott drives it in too deep. He'll come down. Carnage ensues. Pataska coming around through 3. He'll come down through 4. Dallas Pataska gonna be the winner here of the Majors Garage Clash at the USA International. Carlisle comes up and grabs second. Saunders third. Gill fourth. Bellinger in fifth. Holy smokes, and they're still wrecking back here.
Beautiful fireworks going off in the background, celebrating the Clash victory by Dallas Pataska.
What I like is that look at the car, look at the paint job on there. Majors Garage brought to Victory Lane here. How appropriate is that? He's going to celebrate this one. Man, oh man, hard fought. This was war here tonight, Jason.
Yeah, that's right. Dallas Pataska being sponsored by Major Garage and also the primary sponsor of the Crown Jewel Racing League Cup Series. Very cool. It's a good win for that organization.
All right, let's take a short commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get interviews with our top 3 finishers. All right, back here at USA International, where we've had quite the eventful night. Dallas Pataska taking home victory. Started on the pole, went immediately to the back, wreck before corner 1. Had to fight his way back up here. He did that. Jason, I mean, wow, right? I mean, like I said, it was a war night. Not everybody survived.
Yeah, it was, Dean. Dallas started on the pole this evening for the race, and unfortunately, he didn't even make a lap, but he ended up being back at the front at the most important lap of the race. So
he really did. Let's see if we can get some race interviews in here tonight. We'll bring in our third place finisher, Mr. Zach Saunders. Zach, congratulations on what was a extremely hard fought third place finish tonight.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, what was the thought process out there? I mean, we watched a lot of you, and, you know, although you weren't involved in a lot of these wrecks, you probably were in a couple. Who knows? There was quite a few. But you were battling a lot. It seemed like every time you starting in that second, third, fourth spot, whatever, you always had someone challenging you, or you were challenging someone. I mean, just what kind of toll was it taking on you?
Nothing good for the car, the tires, that's for sure. Yeah, got back up front after having a couple issues and a spin. So that was just, put your head down, get back up front. And when I did, that's, when the battle restarted. So yeah, I had a somewhat of a battle battle there with Corey for 4 or 5 laps. Then that last yellow came out and go down into turn 1. I'm expecting to make the corner on the second lane. I'm almost in the wall, so I have no idea what the hell is happening. And go down into the next corner, got the same treatment. So,
well, it was near the end, Zach. I mean, we were talking about, I think that was Ray underneath you, and we were just talking about how his car was completely clean. He was running a clean race, and then he started riding you up in the corner. And that one, I think that was more than a ride. I think that was a missed corner there, so a little bit rough on you. But, this is the Clash, right? This is the opening night, and some of this stuff's kind of to be expected in the Clash, isn't it?
Yeah, to a point. I mean, I understand that you're going for money and whatnot, but if you're not, the way I see it and the way I usually do it, if I'm not going for the win, I want to race you clean to the end. But if I'm going for the win, I'm gonna do everything I can to move you up a lane or, get you unsettled, then make the pass. I'm not gonna put you in a wall or anything like that. But
Yeah.
it's whatever. I'm not here full time. Uh, Luckily got a ride for tonight, subbing for a partner team. So I mean, hell, we'll take the money and we'll go on to Daytona and try to qualify in for the 500. So
Well, that's it. I mean, I was going to ask you. I mean, we got the duels up next. How you feeling about that?
pretty good, honestly. It got in with no problems last year. Ran a pretty good lap time for quality, so hopefully I can redo that and have a nice quiet duel and have a nice quiet 500 until the last 20 or so laps.
Well, let's hope for that, Zach. It was a hell of a night for you. I mean, I think you put on a great show up there. You raced really hard. You did a great job. We were impressed with you all night long. Congrats on third, man. We'll turn the mic over to you. Any sponsors, anybody you want to shout out, you go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Noah Spalding for letting me have the ride for tonight. So at least I hope I did you proud.
All right, Jason. That was our third place finisher, the 24, Zach Saunders.
Yeah, Dean, I've caught up with our second place finisher, Steve Carlisle. Steve, you had a hard fought second place finish. Tell us, how'd you do it? How was your car, and how'd you make it happen?
Well, to be honest, there was a lot of luck involved. Um, had some bad luck early on. I don't really know what happened. I hadn't seen the replay when everybody got stacked up at the front right at the start, and then a couple other incidents happened along the way. But yeah, just stayed in it and stayed to the inside as much as possible. You could pass on the outside, but most of the time people are going to go on the inside and wash up, and that's exactly what happened on the last lap. So I was kind of just waiting for it.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you came into the race with a strategy, and how did that work out for you? Were you able to stick to it? Did the cautions and how they fell change it up? And what was it like getting the tires? I'm assuming you got tires about halfway through. Did you feel like it helped you at all, or was the car just kind of the same on 40 lap tires as it was on somewhat fresh tires?
Yeah, I don't really know if it made that big of a difference, to be fair. We really didn't have a lot of green flag runs, which meant there's not a lot going on with tire wear. I did have that spin, then I kind of locked him up to try to avoid getting hit or hitting anything. So it did cause a little bit of wear there. But overall, I think it was kind of a wash. I don't really think it made that big of a difference. Um, could have probably stayed out and still been up front towards the end.
Well, now that the season's finally started, we got the Clash behind us. Looking towards Daytona, how do you think you're going to fare?
Yeah, super speedway tracks. It's a toss up, you know. I hadn't had a whole lot of luck there last season. Atlanta surprisingly went well, but Daytona not so much. But we'll just have to see what happens. We're locked in regardless because of the franchise, but still want to do well in the duels and get a good starting spot and try to stay out front as much as possible for the 500.
Well, all right, man. Congratulations on your P2. Real quick, if you got any sponsors you want to give a shout out to, now's the time.
Thanks. Yeah, no, everybody who supports Ethics Racing Team, veganeasy.org, veganism.social, Firestorm Co-op. Those are the main sponsors that really keep us going. So thanks a lot to them, and hopefully get them in victory lane soon.
All right, Dean.
Yes, sir. We turn our attention now to the pole sitter, the race winner, the 17, Dallas Pataska. What a race! Congratulations, Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what a race. You said it yourself. That was crazy. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more green flag running. That was a little unfortunate. Obviously, the lap one mix-up with Thomas and I, just really unfortunate mix-up. I don't think there was anything malicious behind it. Obviously, worked out okay for us, but I'd love to have that one back over so we can run it straight up. I imagine we're going to have a lot of good battles between Thomas and myself throughout the rest of the year. So I look forward to that. But then, yeah, after the accidents, I was playing bumper cars out there for half the night. I got the message for telling me that my suspension was bent. I'm lucky I didn't have a meatball, to be honest with you. So it was just prevailing to the end. And then we came out of the stage break, and I had the
hold
track
on there
position
for
on
a
everybody.
minute, Dallas. Let me ask you about
Go ahead.
that. Because, lap 46 or something, we're under caution. You don't pit. Several of you guys don't pit. And I'm thinking, Corey Mott and all them, they did pit. And then they came, and then you guys had to pit 4 laps later. I'm thinking, why that decision? Was it just a lapse in judgment, or was it a strategy call?
It was a little bit of both. Ultimately it worked out, but my thinking was that if those guys were going to come in and take tires and say we did have a long run, I wanted to have the few extra laps on tires. I had the pace locked down. This is a track I know very, very well. I've raced a lot here. So I really wasn't worried about that. It was in terms of having to make a move or whatnot. I just wanted to make sure I was on the tire advantage. So it would have worked a little bit better if we had some more green flag running. I was expecting a little bit more of that in the feature. We didn't get it, unfortunately, but that was the thinking. If I knew everything I knew now going in, I probably would have pitted before the stage, but thankfully it worked out.
Well, it did, and it worked out, though, but it wasn't easy, Dallas. I mean, I can remember, it seemed to me that every time you got a new position, maybe you're in 9th, you look in front of you, there's 2 guys going side by side. You get into 5th, there's 2 guys going side by side. Couple times, you had to try and push it 3 wide on the bottom, and it worked out for you. I mean, how scared were you? And I know 1 or 2 of those, you didn't really do it. It was almost, they had a little contact or something, and you just slid in there. But talk a little bit about those situations.
Well, it was scary, that's for sure. I was puckered all the way through. You said you called out a couple 3 wide situations there. I think I got through one of them clean, and one I got some door action on. But it was just people coming together. Got to take the hole when you get it. Laps are short and they're ticking away when we're under caution, so you got to make the most of the advantages that you get. Thankfully I had some things go my way. It was really hard at probably lap 70 onwards because I started to develop like a huge right front push through the center. I think due to some of the damage I picked up, but thankfully I think that's where the tire advantage came into play, and thankfully I had enough pace to rely on to.
I mean, that goes back to that, right? With Corey Mott, he was up there, and I was so impressed with him. I mean, the early part of the race, I'm not sure how Corey was doing. I mean, there's too much to remember here tonight, Dallas. But the late part, he got that track position from that pit stop, and he was holding it, man. Him and a couple of guys up there holding it. I mean, were you surprised? Even when you got around him, you really couldn't shake him completely.
Yes and no. I mean, I am a little bit surprised. I mean, we got a lot of cautions, and I think that helped keep the track position for himself. And then we had a lot of good racing going on behind him. So as long as he had a good restart, in which he did a great job at, he was going to hold that position. I pretty much knew that if we got single file, I can start to pick him off, especially coming out of 2. A lot of guys are shifting there. I wasn't, and that's where I had a lot of time advantage over guys. So I just get a huge run, and they couldn't do anything about it. So I expected him to put up a little bit more of a fight, but we had a little elbows out action, so it was good fun.
Now, I want to ask one more thing before we let you go here about the track itself. USA International, different cars react differently, but, there's tire works that are all around the wall for a reason, right? There's a lot of wall riding here. That wasn't the case in this car. Why is nobody going to that high side? Is it just not possible in these cars, or was the traffic kind of dictating what people did?
That's a good question. I saw a couple guys that I think could have made the top line work. You definitely can't run the normal second line because for whatever reason, the setup that we were working with tonight, I think it bottomed out a little bit, especially on the entry of 1. If you catch it, sometimes you guys might have had it on the broadcast a few times actually. That left front would bottom out early run, especially under heavy braking. So if we moved up, it really just was worse. It'd be more tight, and then we have to wait on it, and it would snap. So it was just really, really difficult to make that high line work. I think it would have been possible, if you get everyone stacked up on the bottom. Yeah, you can probably make some moves on the top. I think I might have had one pass on the top. I think I saw a couple other people make it work here and there, but
I think
the
on
bottom was the place to
restarts
be.
it was pretty effective, but only for a lap or two, and then it was kind of, you got worn out. But nonetheless, Dallas, I mean, I'm so impressed with you here this evening. You started up front. That lasted, I don't know, 0.1 seconds. And then you had to work your way back through the field. You did that. You came back. You get the victory. Congrats on that, man. Can't wait to see what you do going forward. We got the duels and then the 500. Those should be fun as well. Big congrats on this victory, Dallas, and we'll turn it over to you. Any sponsors, anybody you want to shout out, brother?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the guys over at Majors Garage, all the coaches, my esports crew that are going to be running in trucks and an Xfinity this year. We got a good group over there, both on the coaching and setup side and on the esports side. So I look forward to seeing what those guys got going on. And then I'd like to thank everybody over at the Crown Jewel organization, Corey and crew, and as well as you guys for putting on a great show.
All right, thanks, Dallas. Congrats again, Jason. That was Dallas Pataska, race winner here in the Clash.
Yeah, Dean, well fought win for him. He got caught up in a lot of trouble tonight, but was able to prevail.
Well, and I want to also thank you for a hard-fought broadcast as well. I know you were tired this evening, and I certainly appreciate it. I know the people do as well. That was, there was a lot going on here tonight. There's no doubt about that, and we look for the duels to be a little rowdy as well. But, of course, we got all the coverage every Wednesday around 8:10 p.m. It'll be the Majors Garage Cup Series here with Crown Jewel Racing. Make sure you come and see it. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Jason Martin, that's going to wrap it up from USA International, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.